All right, a very good evening to you folks. Welcome to Speed Gaming 2, and welcome to what should be the last match for round 3 of the Metroid Prime 2 Echoes Randomizer 2022 tournament. We are in Swiss round 3, and it's going to be a good one. We're rounding out this round with AeroRaiser and awp82. I'm Captain MD, and tonight I am joined by Baja Blood. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, and we have a silent member in the booth as well. Gollop is tracking for us. Thank you much for that.
Indeed, we very much appreciate their help on this Saturday evening. It has been a busy day, hasn't it?
I know, 5 races. There are some I got to watch back later, but the ones I saw were pretty good. So, just all the matches in this tournament have been really fun to watch, especially now we're getting into matchups that are too close to call from the outset. Just who knows what can happen, and I think this is another one. I don't know which way this will go tonight.
Indeed. We have a couple of RAs to talk about today. We've got no mains required, so no main power bombs required. The elevator in Industrial Site will go to Temple Access, which is the door in front of Aegon Temple. It's right past the missile door in Mining Station A. Other than that, nothing particularly extravagant with the RAs tonight.
Okay, so that's always did they require main missiles? I figured if you said that.
No, mains are turned off, so they don't need main missiles or main power bombs.
Okay, so logically, we've opened up more spots for the main missile launcher to be, but the runners may or may not care too much about that if they're able to find the expansion early.
Yeah, the idea behind that starting in Aegon Temple access from the Industrial Side elevator is that I believe it's only a missile door from one side. The Hive Temple keys, Aegon Temple Grounds Tortoise.
Interesting. Sometimes those can be useful just to rule out keys. If you see a red key in Phazon Grounds or something, you might be able to deduce it's an Hive key without having to go over and scan it.
Indeed. I've been making it a point to try and remember exactly where every single specific key was. So that way, if there's a proxy hint targeting that specific key, I would know about it. Both runners
perfect sync.
A, perfect sync, and B, taking the time to scan dash into the fight after dropping the violet gates, saving them just a wee bit of time on the way out.
Yep. Always a good thing to remember if you have violet at the start.
Now, Baja, are you looking forward to anything in particular this seed? I know I won't spoil it now, but my race had one particularly welcome sight for the audience at home that I may or may not want to see replicated tonight.
Let's see here. I'm always partial to having other people have to fight quad. So we can make Wee Woo maybe happy if they're hanging out in chat tonight. So I'm going to say quad or Tumas.
Quad or Tumas, I like it. You know, Chica, I mean, granted, I haven't watched a lot of races in this tournament. I've just had an incredibly busy schedule for the last 2 weeks, but I would like to see a couple more Chica seeds. Chica's been, in my observations, conspicuously absent, but I could just be, that could just be me not noticing, not being around and not seeing anything, so...
Yeah, I kind of have the same sense, too. It was turning up fairly often in some of the practice and casual seeds I've been running, but I haven't seen it that much during the tournament. Runners have been dodging some bullets here. Early Dark Aegon key. Interesting.
I don't like this.
Yeah. Dark Beam on a Morbus, anybody?
What do we have? Better not be the third key. Okay, no, it's a missile tank.
Okay. And yeah, both runners making it out of Great Temple, still pretty much in sync. Arrow sneaking out like a 1 second advantage.
Yeah, Temple Assembly Site. Yeah, we don't have any special equipment right now, so we're going to have to do a task jump or an extended dash to pick up this item. It does look like a movement system of some kind.
Yep. May well be worth trying to pick that up. It is a fairly challenging slip jump or extended dash, so we'll see if both runners choose to try to go for it. And looks like yes on both fronts. Oh my gosh! Oh, first try, very nicely done there.
Well done. That is not an easy slope jump to get consistently, let alone intermittently.
Yeah, well done there. And that is our grapple. Okay.
Here we go again. Screw attack and portal access A. Never fails when I'm on the booth somehow.
Oh god, the puns are coming strong tonight.
Indeed. To answer a question in chat, bombs can never be on a Morbus because they are hard required to defeat him. Power bombs do not work. Ooh,
Yeah,
interesting
Arrow's
hint.
still working on this slip jump. Yeah, like Pippin said, this is not easy.
Yeah, a curse lake containing a key is pretty big. That is not... We know already that it is not a hive key, at the very least. Good chance it's a sky key.
Speaking of hive keys...
Well, we found the Temple Grounds hive key.
Yeah.
And if there was any doubt that there was a progressive grapple in Temple Assembly Site, there you go.
Oh, I hate... That happens to me sometimes too, where I actually get this trick, but I wasn't expecting to get it, and I walk backwards to reset. Oh, got it. Stay up. Nice. All right.
That was
through.
All right, fantastic. We got a Sky Temple key in Mining Station A. Now, as mentioned before, because we start in Aegon's Temple access hallway, the door is only red on one side and blue on the other. So busting the door down from the Temple side will knock the door down on the Mining Station side.
Okay, Space Jump is a good find there. I was actually... So one weird little quirk with this setting is you never know if you were logically expected to just like immediately go fight Bomb Guardian. Like it's a soft lock risk with nothing. But jumping down Mining Station A is actually a dangerous action at the very start if you don't have missiles to get across. There's probably a scan dash you can do across, but not in beginner logic.
Indeed.
But Space Jump nullifies all those concerns. Opening the door to labs, but we can't actually go that way without some sort of missiles. Arrow says, thanks. I know that. I was looking at it for 5 minutes.
Now, despite what we have seen, honestly, both my race versus Inner Slice in round 2 and the race with Lucarius in round 3, they've both really shown to me how powerful hints can be and how leaving them behind can be a disaster or a blessing. So,
yeah.
We may...
Yeah, hints are in an interesting place where they might solve the seed for you or bail you out of a skipped check, or you might spend a bunch of time scanning them and get absolutely no useful information. It's one of those risk-reward kind of things you got to consider when routing.
Yeah, we may scoff at the hints now, but... believe me, things will probably change.
Mm-hmm.
Key word, probably. Now, it looks like AWP is electing to not go for the quick kill on Bomb Guardian. Is having a tiny bit of trouble here.
I actually don't know exactly what you're supposed to do with charge only. AWP doesn't have missiles for the kind of classic quick kill.
That's true.
So I forget exactly how you're supposed to... I think it's probably like a partially charged shot followed by a charged shot.
I'm not even sure you can get 2 shots off in time.
Yeah, maybe not. But down it goes. Let's see if we got some vanilla today. Wouldn't surprise me terribly much.
Fine. Bomb Guardian is progressive grapple number 2.
Through attack. So, what's that for? Crate?
It could be for GFMC, yes. It could be for... It is a logical way into Command Center, but you have to be a little careful. But we don't have main missiles, so that should keep it out of logic for now.
You're right. I'll warehouse that idea. So, yeah, I think... Oh, logical essay over the industrial set gate. Okay, so yeah, DMT would be in logic then as well. We got 2 options.
Okay. Oh yeah, so because both runners went to this area before fighting Bomb Guardian, but without triggering the pirate layer, when they reloaded the room, it wasn't set to the War Wasp layer, which means they won't be able to easily space jump to the Mining Station A key.
Actually, yeah, this is actually perfect. So the Wasps only get disabled if they are active and you kill Bomb Guardian. So if you wait to active to do the pirate fight until after Bomb Guardian. The wasps will never go away, which can be annoying because it means if you pick up like Light Beam, now you've got flying pirates and war wasps. That's a lot of stuff flying around.
Yeah, and both runners definitely want this Sky Temple key now, though they're having a little bit of trouble getting the space jump to... Well, AeroRaiser got it first try. Excuse me. Op needs a couple of tries here. He's having real trouble with the last jump here.
Yeah, gotta time your space jump correctly here to get... you're looking for a lot of horizontal distance here. There we go.
To answer your question, chat, slope jump plus space jump is enough to get out of Bomb Guardian in this difficulty.
Correct.
There is a small slope on the right side of the Mining Station A side of the temple that you can use to get a slope jump with space jump to get out. We're getting a look at Mining Plaza here, and I have no idea what that is. Oh! Probably a missile. Yeah, it looks like a missile tank.
Alright, so off heading back to Temple Grounds. This is the only logical checks we have are back here, so which one is Op gonna do first? Probably DMT makes more sense.
But yeah, as per pretty usual, we get Screw Attack as one of the first 5 items in the game. So
yep.
Can't say there's too much of a shock.
We've had a couple late ones. Esder and I can speak to that.
Fair enough.
I'm having a little bit of trouble with this Screw Attack over the gate. This is something you really don't do very often, or at least I don't do very often. I just missile this even if I have Screw Attack. Like, it's probably faster sometimes to do this. I just, like, am afraid I'm going to bonk and lose time.
Alright, AeroRaiser is actually going to try and go to... Central Mining Station could be done with this equipment.
Except the red door is a problem.
Oh, right. Yeah, we kind of still haven't even found a missile tank
You
yet.
know, we have. There's one in
Right.
Great Temple.
That's true. We can't
That
get
actually-
we can't get to the save station to warp to it, though, because that needs a missile, too.
True, but I think it's a really smart play after DMT. If DMT isn't a missile, to go up the Temple Assembly Set elevator, grab that missile before looping around.
It might even be faster to save warp out of Hive Chamber C.
True. Yes, Transport B Access was a missile expansion. So I think that definitely makes sense to pick up.
Alright, Op is going to check the defiled shrine hint to discover it is missile-related. Could be Seeker missiles.
Yeah, that one's not logical, but it means you get the extra check, and also know that you can route into Transport A access, and you're not going to get like turned around at GFMC. So I think that's a really strong play here, actually. I never trust myself to tell what Mining Plaza is as a commentator.
It had a flat orange outline. I couldn't tell. If it was a flat orange outline and it wasn't a missile, it was Amber Translator.
That's a weird spot for Amber, if so.
Yeah. Boy, improvising with Screw Attack for DMT.
Don't see that every day. And for bombs, so vanilla plus extra steps, I guess.
I guess.
Is kind of nice here, though. We do get to check Hive Chamber B as well, then.
Yeah, that... anytime you can get Revenge of the Convenience right in front of another check, that's always the best case scenario. Feels really good, too.
So that opens up plenty more opportunities in Aegon as well.
Yeah, we still don't have a missile, so we still can't do Command Center.
Yeah. Although, No, yeah, can't quite get there. We can almost get there from the... Oh, no, we don't have light beam. What am I talking about? I'm so
Yeah,
used to
we still
light
need
beam being
light.
early.
That's fair. A beam, usually first beam isn't too far away, but today seems to be the exception to the rule.
They're also thinking to use the SA strats here. Makes sense. Should be the quick fight then. Putting a
Oof.
little high before activating the screw attack.
There we
But
go.
gets it down anyways. And I'm just going to take this back into Aegon. Personally, probably would have been tempted to do the Temple Grounds loop.
I can
And maybe
understand
still
being...
even pick up that missile. But this plays not bad at all either.
I can understand being tempted, especially with the cheeseburger allowing you to go to check wind chamber and whatnot, for example. But the one thing that's probably weighing on our runner's mind is Jump Guardian and GFMC ship, because it's possible there could be progression on the ship, and it's popped up a few times. It almost punished me very hard in the backside earlier today.
That is a really good point. Getting Jump Guardian done before Temple Grounds cleanup is definitely nice to avoid isolating that check. That has burned me before.
That being said, Op seems to more be interested in checking the Aegon energy controller for now. Apologies, got a bit of a frog in my throat tonight.
Yep, that's a good check too. Just recently came into logic with our bombs. What do we got? Always feels a little bad to... yeah, you want that. Normally that's like, ugh, who needs this? But right now, all right, we will take our first missile tank. And Arrow is going to diverge here, so heading deeper into Temple Grounds. So yeah, I think at this point I might check comm area for a missile, and if it's not, I think I take the elevator up and grab the known expansion. Just because I don't want to have to turn around, especially with only one power bomb ammo. Well, you have space jump, I guess. Okay, nope, Arrow's going to go straight up. Yeah, I like this play.
Yeah, I think this is pretty good divergence in both directions, because bombs also gives you access to Dark Aegon. Specifically, it gives you Jump Guardian, Trial Tunnel, and Mining Station access, and Transport Center. So it gives you a handful of items, and if Dark Beams or Super Missiles show up... Oh, hey, I made power bombs.
Okay.
Nice to see you weren't too far away from the bandwagon, as usual.
Yeah, so that actually makes Arrow's play probably more likely to pay out for him. Power bombs mostly are going to be opening stuff up in Temple Grounds with our current equipment.
Yeah, and more often than not, we've seen Wind Chamber, Gateway in particular, have a very good chance of having progression.
Mm-hmm.
So we may see that check sooner rather than later. Especially from AeroRaiser, depending on if he chooses to go straight to it now from Dynamo Chamber.
Yep, and yeah, Op may still end up with a big advantage of whatever is on the ship, if that's an important item. We'll probably be beating Arrow to that by a number of minutes.
Alright, well, Missile's locking a missile so far.
Always nice to have PBs taking these pirates. They are a little bit scary when you have 100 energy. And there's our launcher. Okay, so power bombs put launcher into logic.
Beg your pardon. It does make sense, though, because of... since main power bombs were in Mining Station access, excuse me.
Right.
So yeah, those just got put into play. AeroRaiser doesn't know that, but Op does. Well, we'll know once he finds those.
I'm going straight for this reliquary hint.
Alright, Reliquary contains a beam upgrade. Ooh, that could be a beam or super missiles. No reason it can't be either.
Okay. Hopefully it's neither. Well, there's one fewer dark ammo tank that it can be.
Fun fact, those two splinters and the Dark Troopers here can drop items, whereas everything else on later layers cannot.
I know, the dang bees.
I have often used those Dark Troopers to grab an extra power bomb in the event of an emergency.
Yeah, especially if you have to backtrack this without space jump. The ammo situation could be pretty rough. Space jump or bombs, really. Just a burger up Crossroads on Opside.
Yeah, to clarify with chat, beam-related upgrade, because super missiles are a beam combo, they are considered a beam-related upgrade.
I'm going to make the play to check Transport Center before doing the rest of the loop. I like this play if you're lacking Dark Beam or Spider. Just in case it's one of those and you can clear a little bit more of the Jump Guardian loop.
I think I'm the exact opposite, where I'm only going to check Transport Center early if I have Dark Beam and Boost, so I can immediately use the portal and continue the loop.
That's a strong play always too. Just blind check the item, doesn't cost you that much time. True, Light Beam here is nice too. It'll save you time killing Jump Guardian. Is this our last Aegon key? Oh no.
It might be.
God, do you do a Morbus now? No, okay. We're bailed out of that life choice.
Yeah, there was a hive key here, and that's where it is. The last hive key is in Torvus, so we know any red keys remaining in the area are no longer hive keys.
Ooh, that's something.
That's Amber Translator.
Amber. Okay. That's a nice find for Arrow.
Told you there's always something in Wind Chamber Gateway when it's available.
The underground tunnel of Temple Grounds.
Pretty much.
Screw attack does make this traversal a little less scary. These rooms are... You get drop systemed. They can be a little bit spooky on no health.
Yeah, right now I'm looking for...
okay here. Yep.
Yeah, two reds will easily recover you here. But yeah, it looks like Op is interested in checking what's in Junction Site first. I would usually check Junction Site later, because now you have to... Oh, well, there's Light Beam.
Well, that would be nice to have for this Jump Guarding fight.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get lucky and Spider will just be chilling in Trial Tunnel.
Indeed. But yeah, going back on what I was saying earlier, I think it would be better in this case to get to check Junction Site and Jump Guardian last, and always check Trial Tunnel first. Now, that being said, you know, if we find key number 3 in Trial Tunnel...
Oh.
Because, you know... Oh, there's another unique visor upgrade, I think, in... Oh, yeah, there's Dark Visor. Okay, so that is either... That is Emerald... That's basically hard Emerald blocked.
It could be Seeker locked if Seekers are somewhere available without it.
The thing is, we need Dark Visor Seekers to crack the lock down there on the Phazon ground side of Temple Ground. So yeah, that's pretty much hard.
The game can expect you to point and return check that though.
That's very true. All right. I missed what was in the broom closet.
Well, it's just saying Spider, in which case I think you would want to just go grab that Light Beam, but I'm just going to refill here.
Chat saying it was a beam ammo tank. Okay, thank you. Oh, chat brings up a great point. In random elevators, if you come into Temple Transport Emerald, regardless of... if you come into Temple Transport Emerald from that side... the door will be down, so that may be taken into account. But
I think that only works if you started in like landing site, and the first logical time you were ever in Great Temple was coming from there. I think that gate closes in random elevators when you fight Alpha Splinter, but I'm not 100%
sure on that, honestly. All right, anywho, that being said, Op is just going to go ahead and try and cheese Jump Guardian here. Unfortunately, with only Charge Beam, this is going to take a hot minute.
Yeah, not even many missiles.
Yeah, this requires 22 fully charged shots.
These open forever. Okay. Right. In random elevators.
Yeah, I think that was actually not a recent change, but a change that was made sometime within the last year-ish or so. Okay.
Yuck. That's gross.
Yuck, that's convenient in Op's case. That's a check right now.
Sure, but you've got 5 missiles and 100 health.
That's true. Okay, so it wasn't. It wasn't.
Oh, Op
Spider-Ball.
is maybe going to go save before attempting this.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Because this is 2 items already in logic, and with the Emerald Kerfuffle, the Battleground item might also be in logic at this point.
That's possible. Lost Arrow there. I might end up missing a hint as a result of this, because Arrow is going to get this Aegon Energy Controller hint.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't actually watching if Arrow scan... No, because Arrow just took the elevator back. Yeah, missiles are chilling in Dynamo Chamber behind the main power bombs.
Alright, it just popped up AeroRaiser's stream to verify that things are good, okay on his end, and yeah, they are. So
okay. Oh, I think there's a thing where when mid-roll ads run, it interferes with SpeedGaming's restream. So we'll probably have him back in 30 to 60 seconds, I guess. I'm gonna pick up this magical 10 ammo missile ammo capacity, which will give us priority drops when we're empty.
Actually, with this equipment, we now have meeting grounds access through landing site. So we could, from this area, we could peek Torvis Lagoon, and that offers another way into Wind Chamber, which may elect to do that.
We can't get into Wind Chamber yet without that light beam.
Right.
I'll track that spider down. See, Op will have the advantage of the ship item, though, which has an annoying tendency to be an Aegon key, which therefore requiring a ton of backtracking to actually go fight a Morbus.
But yeah, interesting that Op did not check Warrior's Walk despite having the super missile pickup right there, because with those 2 checks, I would have expected a quick peek, but I can understand waiting that out just due to being a little spooked with low health. It's not the best in the universe. It's not the best feeling in the universe, especially since I don't think Op's taken a safety save yet, so a death here would be very punishing.
Yeah, Op may also have been thinking it wasn't a priority since they didn't know the missile launcher was in logic.
That's true. Alright, we're getting a hint from AeroRaiser here that reads, the Seeker launcher is in Ventilation Area A, behind the light beam and therefore behind Spider Ball.
Interesting.
That's not a bad spot for Seeker missiles. Vent Area A has been a pretty good hot spot for progression in this tournament as well, I've noticed.
Yep.
But yeah, this looks to be logically a fairly late Seeker missile.
I don't know, these seeds were a lot of early progression and missiles, and where the heck are our E-tanks? Especially with Warriors Walk in play. Our runners would love one of them. And yeah, I agree. I think something's going to be in Battleground or Warriors Walk. Oh god, Warriors Walk is so scary with no E. It takes like most of your health. You can't farm any health in that room.
You can't farm pretty much anything in that room.
Mm-hmm.
The Inglet's only 1 enemy, so it won't drop an item. Most rooms usually need 2 enemy KOs for a drop. So yeah, we're gonna see a little bit of retracing steps here for a moment. AeroRaiser not really going into this loop with any additional gear compared to Op here. At least anything that would be of any particular use to him.
Right. Yeah, it does have the Amber advantage, but the hints haven't really been paying out yet, and Op is just about to find it as well here.
So yeah, this is a tough call because it's a tough sell to dip labs without Dark Beam, because that does isolate a few checks. Boost Ball would also be really nice here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't mind sometimes dipping Central Mining Station and Command Center and then turning around without Dark Beam. But bioenergy is in play. And we could have a theoretical vanilla dark beam as well.
Vanilla Dark Beam, Storage C is in, well, Storage, yeah, but Screw Attack Storage
Oh,
is
true.
in play. But yeah, unfortunately, this is an all too common occurrence here where we're going into Chump Guardian with almost no E. And yeah, we're 30 minutes in now almost and still not a single energy tank.
All right. Not gonna head for this Dark Visor. Well, I think this was nothing here on Arrow's side. You gotta watch health, but there are at least plenty of safe zone bubbles around here.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, Sonic Boom it was. Nice.
That might be worth taking a load for. A quick load time for.
Occasionally useful. Mostly for Grapple Guardian. Grapple Guardian, I think, is the only thing I ever use it on.
Yeah. Also for ammo fish, ammo replenishment, and all that jazz.
Yep. And Hive Dynamo works from the non-Spider Guardian side.
But yeah, let's see if Op doesn't save warp immediately. Let's see if this Emerald Door is in fact still down. And it looks like Op's going to save warp anyway. Or at least take a safety save.
We'll get a look at it as Op comes down the elevator anyways. Oh, nope. Let's see.
And
it's not down.
It's down. How about that?
It is down. Yeah, that's down. Okay. Today I learned.
So what bothers me is that Light Beam is the first beam we've seen, and we've got no idea about Annihilator or Dark. I've had a few nightmare scenarios where we get Annihilator as our second beam. And that tends to throw a wrench in the works, because Dark and Light are the real breakers. Annihilator is really more convenient for combat and those occasional isolated checks.
Yeah, if you've got Space Jump, Screw Attack, and bombs, like any combination of two beams lets you do a surprising amount. And so the third one can be awfully buried.
All right, AeroRaiser now about to retrieve super missiles. He might take the dive into Warrior's Walk. We'll see.
Arrow did take a save I saw at the beginning of this loop, so that might embolden him a little bit. And looks like he is thinking about going for this. Also, his missile count's a little bit better as well. Doesn't have to rely on unreliable drops to open the second green door.
I think he was trying to get a clear shot at it, but it didn't quite pan out. That should work.
That looks good. Yep.
And yeah, in a case like this, you want to be in Screw Attack as much as possible, because Screw Attack reduces your Dark World damage by like 2/3 on various suit. It's not
nearly as good as Dark Suit.
Yeah. Not quite as resilient, but still not too bad regardless. What is down there anyway?
Is it
energy tank?
Yeah, we take those.
Don't think we're gonna see that.
Yep.
32 minutes in our first energy tank, blocked by super missiles in Warrior's Walk.
It's another one. Oh my god.
Oh. The spider room can be found one room away from Dark Aegon energy controller access. Guess what's one room away from Dark energy controller access?
Oh, and that's locking Light Beam. We have supers, I guess, so the Amorbus fight isn't so bad. But...
yeah, supers does still make Amorbus much free. But yeah, Amorbus is locking Spider, Light, and Seekers.
Amazing. But hey, after all that, we still won't be able to open Dark World portals, so never mind. But otherwise, we could check-ins. What's this one? Scan visor is useful. Thank you, game.
It is really useful for gathering information.
Enduro finishes the fight for E-Tank number 2.
Yeah, we'd like to...
oh, we have Dark Visor, right.
Mm-hmm. Last Aegon key?
Oh.
Yeah, by the way, no weapons lock onto these in caches.
Yeah, it's a bit strange.
Is
that Emerald?
Yeah, it sure is.
Emerald. What is that for? I don't think that does us any immediate good, besides
I mean,
putting... Wait, no. Wait, what?
oh,
So Emerald is Dark Visor locked, so Seekers are locking Dark Visor. So this Dark Visor is late in the logic chain.
great temple transport access is a major upgrade. We knew that already. Thanks, game. That would be Dark Visor.
So Spider to Light, to Seekers to Dark, to Emerald. That's a hell of a logic chain there, game.
Well, with
because of the down gate. You're right.
I was about to
Right.
say, I don't
Dang
think
it.
we have to worry too much about Dark Visor logic this time around. But yeah, that third Aegon key right now is a pretty big question mark. Both runners are looking for it, because I'm pretty sure AeroRaiser did read that hint as he was passing through Aegon a second time.
Yep, lab seems pretty likely. We're to have our third key and might not have really anything else. We might just be kind of stuck by this Amorbis here. Because it would not surprise me if... We don't really need Dark Beam or Annihilator to do that Amorbis fight, so... It would not surprise me if the other beams are also past Amorbis.
I have no idea what that was in Central Mining Station.
Yeah, I didn't catch it either.
You know something? It didn't glow. That might have actually been Dark Beam.
That would be a very nice find, heading into labs.
But Op's first stop is going to be to check Command Center, and then probably pop back out.
They were thinking, oh my god, am I going to have to turn around for Amorbis? And then wait, nope. But meanwhile, Op may have to turn... Some rage bombs there.
Yeah.
And turning around.
Yeah, Amorbis with this gear, and from his perspective, he's got no energy tanks. So this fight would be incredibly... I wouldn't say it's the most brutal out there, but it's definitely in the top few.
Yeah, you've got supers. But yeah, you whiff a super, it nukes the safe zone next to you, and things can get south pretty quick.
Yeah, that's the Dark Visor hint.
Yeah, not the greatest amber hints.
You know what? I think that might actually be Dark Beam. Because I cannot see it glow for the life of me. Sure is. It's either Dark Beam or Dark Burst.
Aero finds those main PBs, knows the missiles are now in logic. Yeah, that might be Dark Burst. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Unfortunate.
But Op's going to read the hint and discover that this is a translator, so... Or that it's a HUD system, which, if that ever says HUD system or movement system, that's pretty much always important.
Yep.
Because those can only point to unique items.
Yeah, especially in these tournament settings with the progressive grapples. In the older tournaments, sometimes you get a grapple movement system hint, which isn't super exciting, but yeah, HUD systems are always welcome.
Yeah, anything where you can take out some of the guesswork. But it looks like Op is going to continue in this labs dive after almost getting yeeted back through the wall.
I think
courtesy of the electric fields.
Yeah, Op might just be looking for an E-tank, honestly.
I think that is exactly what he's looking for at this point, because at this point, because he's now dropped the blast door and does have to go get it back to raise it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, this is a decent time commitment here, and the only logical check here we have is bioenergy. And no, and storage sheet, never mind. Okay, so there's 2 checks.
That being said, we could fight Dark Samus safely at this point, since Screw Attack would destroy the Crystal Switch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Screw Attack makes picking up main reactor pretty easy as well. And Vanilla Dark Beam is still a possibility.
Looks like AeroRaiser's going to pick this up.
Now let me scan the hint, because for once we've actually already collected that item.
Yeah, it is rare we get a Battleground in cache check in the first pass through Dark Aegon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let alone doing it before even entering labs.
Yeah, Alp is playing very defensively here, trying to preserve his health.
Yeah. So see if Arrow turns around. Kind of expect it here. Thinks for a second, and then, yep, I think he's going to commit to this Amorphous fight. Extra 2 E-tanks might be the difference maker there on that decision. Let's see if Op comes up with anything for sticking in labs here.
It should be noted, and I didn't comment on this earlier, AeroRaiser actually did do the ink fight in Battleground for the energy tank there.
Yep. So a decent time investment, but you know, the early are pretty important. What's Arrow doing?
AeroRaiser is reading the... I don't know why AeroRaiser's reading this hint.
I'm like, oh, wait.
Yeah. Just connected the dots. But yeah, ETM, by the way, in bioenergy production, so nothing of importance there. But with super missiles, we can squeeze in a storage C check.
Up is moving the platforms. With Screw Tech, there are some means to use some standable terrain to get up here without this. That may not be familiar or comfortable with them.
Yeah, I think with the central platform, if you just go 2 down, you can screw attack from the railings near the central control switch.
Yep. That could work too. So what do we get? Hey, nice.
And Op shoots, Rage shoots in celebration.
40 minutes, 40 seconds. Holy cow, that is a late E-tank. Oh, man. And a Rage Powerbomb. But I think that is going to be some Amorphous fight from Op here as well.
He's probably actually going to be well annoyed when he sees the energy tank in Warrior's Walk.
Mm-hmm. I know. Yeah, they could have committed to that right off the bat. I understand the hesitation with only 5 missiles and 100 health, but yeah, in this case, it would have paid off.
Yeah, because with only 1 super missile, the Battleground Ing fight is actually pretty tough, because those Ing all have, like, 100 and, like, 200, like, 50 HP, some ridiculously high number.
Mm-hmm. We'll see if either runner picks up the energy. That'll be a real good sign that something was actually in Mining Plaza. Nice pause. I love that pause. And that's why I do it every time.
We've all done it. I've been getting better at avoiding that one, but it's never fun.
Alright, get your worm raves in chat.
Luckily, because of super missiles, getting drops back to replenish the missile count will be pretty much a cakewalk.
Yeah. At least the Amorphous is pretty friendly with the drop rates. As long as you're not looking for ammo. Light ammo, you pretty much got what you got. But yeah, missiles and health are pretty abundant.
Yeah, for Phase 2, if you want to get the worm skip set up correctly, the way I would recommend doing this is try to fire the super missile, then start scan dashing towards... after getting the first worm shield down, target the second one, but don't... but fire the super missile, and then scan dash towards the first one, basically. No, never mind, looks like Arrow's not even bothering.
Yeah, without boost, it's very tight. Arrow's just gonna play it safe here.
The easiest way to do it boostless, I would say, is actually secret missiles, because secret missiles will track after they're launched, even after on targeting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the longer you wait before actually blowing up the second worm's face shielding or whatever, the longer you'll have to get in there and bomb it. So yeah, supers are better than light beam as well. Okay.
Alright, but yeah, Op is turning around for Amorphous now, so they're both going to be getting Spider Ball and Light Beam at a couple minutes apart from each other here.
Yep.
Now,
And I
with all
believe they
this
both have
equipment-
the Seeker's knowledge.
Yeah, and with all this equipment as well, Spider's treasure is very much wide open. Because they will have Light Beam, so they'll be able to use Charge Light for Hazing Cliff. They'll have Spider Ball for Culling Chamber and Hall of Combat Mastery. So yeah, Spider's treasure will be in play after this entire chain is said and done here.
Yep. Doomed Entry will open up, which is a little awkward for Arrow. But, well, now it's also going to be awkward for Op.
Yeah, they both... Op is now heading in the direction of Warrior's Walk, so...
Probably will appreciate these E-Tanks for the fight, but it does mean you have a little... yeah,
not
which
really.
is... yeah.
Doesn't even
Probably
use regular bombs. Yeah, you can tell the energy scenario has been given up a bit of a hard time tonight.
Dop sees this one and types in race time, I'm pissed.
I honestly...
understandable.
I would almost say rightfully so.
Okay, but Arrow does pick up the Spider into the Light Beam. We'll see if Arrow makes the Doomed Entry play here or just head straight for Spider's treasure.
Going to Doomed Entry by itself is a pretty tough sell right now. Like, even Annihilator Beam would make that a bit of a better... actually, no, Annihilator wouldn't do you that much good here.
True, but it's like, you've only got, like 4 new checks that opened up. So the odds are still decent that this is it. And it's a long trek back here. If you skip it, then you were wrong. So I think you could go either way on this. It's definitely a gamble to skip it. Since Light Beam didn't do that many checks immediately. Well, let's see. Sand Canyon Vente, 3 in Spider's Treasure.
Alright, Arrow's going to get some health here, but does need to take... he's going to realize very shortly that he's going up the wrong way, as I have done many times in the past.
Yep. Yeah, the bottom is double Light Beam, but the top has a Dark Beam door as well. That's true. Without a bounds, we could get in cache 1, as well as get a peek at Feeding Pit. Health situation's not super comfy for that, even if you are comfortable without a bounds. But it's a relatively straightforward wall crawl. You just pretty much can jump out of bounds, walk over the room, and ceiling warp in.
Alright,
if something goes wrong, yep.
Alright, we are seeing Op fight a Morbus, and there was nothing in Doomed Entry.
So yeah, Spider's Treasure looking likely. Anything else we haven't seen?
Let me think.
We're missing... oh.
If after all this, we could still have a vanilla Dark Beam.
Oh, right. Op didn't think to check the ink cache while they were in Battleground. Maybe we'll go back after the Light Beam?
He probably will, because he does know it's a HUD system.
Mm-hmm.
Did scan the hint, so that's probably going to be the check for on the way out. Unless, I think Op might have actually picked it up, because I know Op did the Battleground fight, then at least looked up towards the ink cache, so...
Okay.
I think he might actually already have Emerald Translator. But yeah, now... Let's see, this will eventually get us access to Seeker Launcher 2. Yeah, we still need Boost Ball to get to Torvis with Emerald Translator.
Boost opens up a heck of a lot, too, because that'll get us Sank entrance and into Sank proper.
Light Beam does get us to Torvis Lagoon, but we can only check that with air underwater, which I think both runners might be able to do, but I honestly don't know. I don't think that's a good idea either. No Emerald on Op? Okay. Thank you, chat.
And there is the Spider, and yep, neither runner is interested in the Aegon energy here, so I think Plaza presumably dead.
Yeah, it was probably a missile tank. I saw the orange stripe, so yeah, if it's not Amber Translator, which we established way earlier, it wasn't that. Yeah, it was a missile. All right, so yeah, Amorbus locking Spider, Light, and Seekers, and it looks like AeroRaiser's going for those Seekers right now.
Mm-hmm.
AeroRaiser pulling a little bit ahead here after doing all the non-Amorbus checks beforehand here. And we can even check Sand Canyon as well, so yeah, there's a handful of things we can do here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it does seem like this side is the place to be, and then probably right into Spider's Treasure, because 2 energy tanks by itself is enough to put Hazing Cliff into logic without anything else besides Charged Light Beam.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking Boost Ball here. That'd be kind of interesting. It starts to put a lot of weird stuff into logic.
Boost Ball would give us main reactor. My runners could screw attack into the tunnel for it, probably.
Oh, don't be me. Or sorry, Arrow, don't be me. Hopefully we'll remember to pick up. Okay, we'll go back for Federico.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to make sure he wasn't out of or had used the power bombs as necessary, because something that was definitely definitely an issue in my race earlier was ammo management.
Mm-hmm.
I was running out of power bombs constantly.
Yeah, it's tough. It's hard to ever really get more than one in the tank, aside from some very specific farming rooms.
And this was with required mains on, mind you.
Hmm. Okay, up heading to Doomed Entry. Still needs to remember this ink cache on the way out. It's missile, yep. Alright, so what's Spider's Treasure got for us? I don't think those Seekers do much for us right now.
Yeah, they don't do a heck of a lot in Sanctuary.
Or
It's
E.
an energy tank.
Arrow looks interested. Going for the screw attack method, interesting. I'm glad that there are so many ways to skip this puzzle, because this puzzle is awful. Oh.
Ooh, AeroRaiser has the right idea where you actually kind of have to bonk the ceiling a little bit to get the height you need to cross into the thing. The other thing is for the instant morph. Oh, never mind.
It's
But for the instant morph strat, it's actually easier to turn a little in towards the item. So you don't want to be facing the tunnel. You want to be facing slightly to its right, I find. Incoming.
Yeah, that's possible. There's really no reason not to have checked Battleground here. So yeah, I may have forgotten about the Dark Visor, which could that could be a problem. If anything's in the plaza area, or we find anything interesting, or tank entrance, or if the emerald pins are good.
Op could get around that by doing the BSJ, the standable BSJ into the plaza area.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Emerald Translator, thankfully. The only main thing Emerald... nice terminal fall abuse.
Did it spawn him above the pit? The first...
Yeah,
is that Dart Beam? Oh,
yeah,
wow.
it is. Dart Beam behind Spider's Treasure, requiring Light Beam behind Spider Ball on a Morbus.
Oh, gosh. Where the heck do we go now?
Well...
So that's Torvis in Logic, Sank in Logic, and Aegon cleanup.
Hints...
Hints, yeah. Hints actually is the correct answer.
Yeah, Hints sounds like a really good idea. AeroRaiser, I think, is probably going to just do this labs loop real quick, or at least get all the way to sand processing and save warp out of there. Probably save scum the Hints and go from there.
We could be in life support mode again. We have plenty of progression items here already here at this 53-minute mark.
I'll tell you what's been rearing its ugly head way too many times. Required light suit.
Mm-hmm. A little sync map station action. We haven't seen that in a few seeds here.
Yeah, in my case, I had light suit required today.
Nice. Yeah, main gyro, classic, extra 2 progression items needed.
Yeah, main gyro is a
Transcendental
tough
East
one.
is a good one.
Sentinel's Path is another pretty bad one, because anything that needs any Echo plus Annihilator puzzle in general is pretty bad, because Echo and Annihilator by themselves don't open a tremendously large number of items.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like we're going to lose Arrow for a minute and a half or so here, so bear with. That being said, Arrow should be just backtracking through stuff we've already seen, minus Dark Samus, so... Actually, no, let me see if I can pop up his feed.
We'll have the Dark Beam in hand as well, so it'll only be down Emerald, which isn't the worst thing to be missing. Especially, like, we have a lot of progression already, so there's not that many items that we would theoretically need to hint. But you never know.
Alright, Arrow is oh my goodness.
Oh,
so,
no.
we weren't able to see it just now because of the freeze on SpeedGaming, but I'm looking at Arrow's stream. Arrow just read that Dark Oasis is a HUD system. That's either Echo or Cobalt.
Ugh, that is pretty gross if that's required.
Yeah, the only thing keeping us away from that at this moment is a light suit.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna pick up this 4 tank here. Goes for the spider ball instant morph method. Gets the first try, very nice. Oh, Dark Oasis. What a fun check. Maybe the worst one in the game.
Yeah, for those not in the know, the reason why Dark Oasis is such a bad check is that it not only does it require Light Suit and Dark Visor, but the in-cache will not appear until you pick up the item from Powerbomb Guardian. It's such an arbitrary trigger, but it is one that is nevertheless in the game and must be considered.
It's a save here. I'd kind of like a save warp into hints, and then decide if you want to finish labs out. And that looks to be what he is thinking as well.
Three minutes after Op mentioned I'm pissed in the race time, Arrow replies, same.
Yeah, a bit of a rude start.
Yeah, we would like to extend our thanks to the Ginger Chris for generating this monstrosity tonight.
I kind of wish that Dark Beam was later. I was hoping for Boost Ball to be the progression here in Spider Side. But Dark Beam does open up a lot of interesting routing options. So yeah, we can already see Op is taking a different approach here, not heading back a Dagon.
With Dark Visor Secret Missiles, you definitely can do a handful of things up here. It's convenient for getting into upper Sank. This is basically your way into Vault Side Sank without Spider Ball.
Yeah, so Op could take a similar approach here of just getting to main gyro, taking that save and using that as the kind of hub for the hints check.
Yeah, I did something similar as well in my race because I couldn't find a convenient save warp point to go check Sky Temple key hints.
Oh, that's an interesting method for the secret lock there. I like that, actually. That's not a bad hint for... That might be a little memory jogger there for Op.
Yeah. And he's going to head in this direction momentarily, I would wager, to check hints.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're going to see War Ritual Grounds. AeroRaiser, I don't think, checked the landing site hint, so probably going to check Defiled Shrine. Hive Dynamo is dead. And that is a beam tank in Dynamo Works Tunnel.
Alright, 2/3 of that gone, which is good news, especially because that could well be Cobalt in that terrible location of Doomed Entry.
Dark Oasis, you mean?
Yeah, Dark Oasis. Yeah, so Arrow with Supers could have gone the one room farther to get the Path of Ice hint. So if Arrow save warps out of this, or, well, death warps out of this, we'll be missing a hint that otherwise was pretty... What was that?
Beam. I'm guessing it was a beam ammo tank. I think it was Dark Beam.
Okay.
Annihilator would have been clear as day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a beam tank.
Okay. And Arrow has the stuff to get it, so would have, I'm sure, grabbed it if it was anything important.
That being said, AeroRaiser may just end up trying to preserve these hints and go to Torves. That's the only reason I would think of that you would knowingly skip the Path of Eyes hint. Is if you're about to head in that direction to grab it anyway.
Arrow didn't read this, so we'll find this missile here. And yeah, Op is taking this save here, so I would not be too surprised by a save warp for hints as well. And yeah, looks like we're still having a pretty close race here. Arrow is maintaining maybe a 2-minute lead here.
Yeah,
but,
I think
yeah,
right
Op's
now...
still definitely in it.
Yeah, Op's biggest concern right now is that Emerald Translator. The only real thing that could absolutely be problematic for him is Sank Entrance.
Mm-hmm.
Since we have Dark Visor Seekers, we can get in from that way, but seeing as we have Power Bombs and Light Beam, we can use the other directions too. So yeah, Sank Entrance is Op's only real danger right now for missing out on that. Correction, Sank Entrance and Fortress Transport Access are Op's only 2 real dangers right now. But that being said, you know, we might be looking at Light Suit required for a Translator or Echo Visor. So let's try and iron this out here as we get our Sky Temple key hints. Now, we've only seen 1 up to this point.
Yeah, Arrow took a couple hits from the tentacles here, so should have enough health to scan everything, but it'll be a little bit close. Doesn't mean he won't be able to leave here without a death, most likely.
Yeah, no, there's no way he's getting out of here in one piece. You need a bountiful energy tank just to check these hints. High Temple!
Yes! All right, I got my wish. Everything coming about.
Great start.
We love it.
Feeding pit.
Oh no.
Fortress Transport Access.
That is bad for Op, but Op does get the Emerald hint at least right now.
A Cursed Lake.
Okay, that one's at least actually fine.
That's actually reasonable.
Yeah.
Dynamo Works Spider Guardian fight.
How?
Sanctuary Map Station. We need Cobalt Translator. For that matter, regardless of what's in there, Dark Oasis by logic is required.
All we need now is Echo, and then that guarantees that Dark Oasis is required. Because right now it could still be Echo and not needed.
Umos 2!
Amazing. Thank you, TGC. Oh, true. Echo logically needed for quad.
Yeah, that's why I was saying. So yeah, regardless of what it is in there, Dark Oasis is required. Where's our light suit? For that matter, we're going to be looking for Annihilator Beam too.
Oh, right, yeah. Without Out of Bounds, we do need Annihilator to get to Sank Energy Controller.
Prepare to full clear the game, folks.
Oh, yikes.
These Sky Temple keys are terrible.
So yeah, never mind. Op really needs this emerald. I think we are looking for some help from our hints here. Plus we need it for Fortress Transport Access without some out-of-bounds shenanigans.
Yeah, I was literally... I don't call this on purpose, chat. I know I sound like a broken record saying that, but...
Sorry, Chica definitely doesn't have a suit. It's fine.
Oh, jeez. I'm missing one of the keys. I've got Quad, Feeding Pit, FTA, Curse Lake, Spider Guardian, Forgotten Bridge, Umos 2. I'm missing one somewhere. Sank Map.
Ah, right, yep.
Yeah, these Sky Temple keys are garbage. Now, that being said, once we do get Light Suit, the vast majority of them do get put into play. But here's the problem. We need Light Suit, and we're still on Varia.
Mm-hmm. And we have checks all over the game open to us right now, and currently no help from hints is telling us where to go. Now, for Arrow, the Emerald might say go to Torvis first. Light Suit is... Oh, good.
Where do we begin? Why don't we just list the required things that need Light Suit? Feeding Pit, Sanctuary Map Station, Fortress Transport Access, given that Spider Guardian is required and Hive Temple is a Sky Temple key, we need Echo Visor and Cobalt Translator, and one of those is in Dark Oasis.
Now, I would expect that both of these runners are comfortable with Echoless Quad. It's not too difficult to do it, especially with if you got light demons and good ammo.
Indeed.
And suits, ideally.
Yeah, that being said, you know,
holy cow, these hints.
yeah,
I always love this part of the Echo Race. It's just like, is this seed free or is this seed awful? And it's usually awful.
Yeah,
but
like,
you always hold out that hope.
You know what the funniest thing is? The two least threatening keys on that list of 8 are Accursed Lake and Forgotten Bridge. Forgotten Bridge is pretty free. Accursed Lake is not the worst in the universe, but Accursed Lake being a least threatening Sky Temple key is pretty uncommon.
Upside and race time. All right, game. I get it. You just want me to get everything.
Now, to be fair, Tumos is not one of the worst Sky Temple keys out there because that is an easy warp to start. That could very easily be your key 9.
Mm-hmm. Oh gosh, how the heck do you route this now?
Exactly. What is the procedure?
I think, yeah, offside might be a little desync.
I don't think it's just op. It's desynced on arrows. It might be a SG thing. I posed the question in the Discord earlier.
Yeah, we
glad I'm not the only one who's glad I'm not imagining things though.
Oh, no, Arrow is definitely out of sync too. It looked in sync because he switched his beam so often that it was in sync at the time, but no, it's, yeah.
So yeah. So Op has safe scummed back to Sanctuary, as predicted here. It looks like he's just going to keep doing the continue the Sanct dive for now.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of things in play here.
Ooh, Arrow, yeah. You got to be real careful going to Warrior's Walk. That's true. Because Quad is required, we absolutely need Boost Ball.
Yeah, Boostless Squad, not very fun at all.
So yeah, we basically need to fill out the tracker. Except maybe Gravity Boost.
Yep. And possibly we could dodge Echo.
Yeah, Echo, being able to dodge Echo at this point is a big question mark.
Mm-hmm. We can't quad skip, yeah, because quad itself has an E or an STK as well.
Yeah.
What's that down there?
That is Sunburst in Sanct Temple access. Which, honestly, given the circumstances, might not go amiss.
Yeah. Although we don't have boost. Yeah.
Quad and Tumos both have STKs.
Yep. Spider Guardian itself also has one on the vanilla Spider Ball check.
Man, TGC has apparently been on a roll today.
Yes.
With generating quad seeds.
This is not good. I am very curious which HUD system is going to turn up first out of the other two.
Yeah, because, again, logically we need both, but hard required, we absolutely need Cobalt Translator.
Yeah. Alright, so Arrow pretty much wrapping up the Aegon cleanup here. I don't think we've seen... Have we seen the mining station B area? I don't think so.
No, that only just got put into play after Seeker missiles, which were pretty late to the bandwagon, so...
So maybe Arrow will take things that way. Could also try to get into Torvis here. Torvis actually really isn't in Logic yet, is it?
Torvis is
we have Dark Beam. The front.
We can get it through the front.
Okay. So Arrow could go for the kind of screw attack bonk stuff in Transport Center to get a head start into Torvis, but yeah, it looks like mining station B first.
And unfortunately, the words of O'Lear today were, have a dark ammo tank.
Not the most compelling speech there.
Nope.
All right, so who's gonna find some suits first? This could definitely be interesting. Now, Arrow may, being in the area of this Sank elevator, choose to just head into Sank from here. So I'm curious to see where he goes after this. If he does choose to go to Sank, then this might actually kind of even up again, especially if there's nothing really of interest here in mining Station B. The worm had Spider Ball, which locked a lot of progression, really.
Yeah, Spider Ball to Light Beam in Junction Site to Secret Missiles in Ventilation Area A.
And yeah, as Chat's saying, we do not know yet what Chica has.
Keyword, yet. I have no idea what that was in Mining Station B. It was too dim. Beam ammo tank, question mark?
Yeah, dark ammo is what I saw too.
Alright, Up does get the Morph Ball track for Watch Station skip. Well done. Want to become famous? By Fallout transmission blocked.
Mining Station B let me down. I hype it up, and this is what it does. Unbelievable.
Gives you a vanilla cheeseburger. That's about it. TGC, let me just tell you something. That joke hint literally almost made me fall off my chair when I first saw that.
That is a good one.
That is actually one of my favorite joke hints to date. Topical.
I know.
Yeah.
Mining Station B's washed up. Sad.
Yeah.
It had such a promising start.
I think the only thing it's really good for nowadays, the most common thing it's good for nowadays, is the hint. Looks like Aerial training site had nothing of value for Ops, so he's busting out of there. We can't do Vault without Boost Ball. Looks like Arrow dropped the screw attack, has to go around here. Oops. What was the joke hint? Wanna buy followers? Buy viewer transmission blocked. That's true. In the Cross Game Cup this summer, Mining Station B was a very common hotspot.
No, did Opco take a look at Vault or just skip it without having boost?
Op did not look at Vault, I don't think. Did find a Torvis key, though, in Central Area Transport West.
Shank really not paying out here. Haven't really found anything of value yet.
That looks to be a missile, I think, Yep, that's a missile in Transit Station.
Yeah, Op's only got one more check down here. This would definitely feel bad if you did this whole loop and didn't really come out with anything of it.
This is pretty much the last check we can make in the region in Reactor Core, and it is garbage. Wow, yeah, Torvis is definitely the place to be.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like AeroRaiser actually wants to try and get to Torvis via the underground tunnel side. Now, I really like this play. Even though we have the means to get to underground tunnel just fine with super missiles, this just routes cleaner for the entirety of your Torvis loop. But yeah, the only thing of extreme note that Op found question mark is the Torvis key. That might be the only thing of value, depending on if Chica's required, which I would say now, in AeroRaiser's case, I think what he's going to probably do is prioritize those emerald hints. Because at this point, intel is, you're looking for pretty much everything, and you need some clue on where to go.
You're having a bit of trouble with this bong. I struggle with this too. I just haven't quite figured out where you need to line up or how far away you need to be.
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't learned this. I haven't learned this slope jump yet, and screw attack is usually stuff I prefer to do crazy, insane tricks with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm never quite sure what I've done differently when it works. So it's usually just literally bashing my head against a wall until I get it.
All right, so Ops made a pit stop here in Vent Area A. This is probably a check for Mining Station B. AeroRaiser does need to not take too much longer with this, because this is going to start eating into time here. And
Yeah,
I
I
wouldn't
mean,
say at this point either runner has a particular lead besides the Emerald Translator for AeroRaiser. And we'll see if Op decides to, nah, that looks like a complete 180 around the temple. So it doesn't look like Op is going for Emerald Translator, at least not yet.
so where could Op think it is if he's still not remembering the ink cache? There's still
The
ink cache
only
2.
Incash 2 is pretty much the only place in Dark Aegon, and Incash 4 for that matter. Did we see Incash 4?
You know, I'm not sure.
Because
Maybe not.
Dark Beam was late.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think he's been back to the early Aegon area since Darkbeam, because yeah, we found that in Sank.
And as Gala points out, Incash 1 is in play too. So yeah, there's a handful of checks still left in Dark Aegon. Incash 1 probably be the most convincing to route off back into Battleground.
Okay, so Arrow unfortunately does give up on the bonk here, but we'll take the save warp. This does net you an extra hint heading this way. You can also open up the light block shortcut for later Temple Grounds routing, which is sometimes nice. And now the Emerald Gate is up.
Yeah, the Emerald Gate's up because AeroRaiser entered this area via the warp to start, instead of via arriving at Temple Transport Emerald's elevator. If you come in via Temple Transport Emerald's elevator, the door is always down in random elevators, which is technically what we have here, just to enlighten the audience at home. We changed this race, the runners agreed to change the Aegon Gate elevator. Instead of going to Aegon entrance like it normally does, it goes to Aegon, the temple access in front of Aegon Temple. What this does is it forces the seed to become a random elevator seed, which enables the properties of the Emerald Gate being down in the event that you come from Temple Transport Emerald's elevator side. You know where we can have an upgrade at this point? Hive entrance if we get Light Suit next. Good luck with that.
Yeah, that'd be pretty gross.
Alright, we've got the Path of Ice hint, which reads, a movement system can be found in Venomous Pond. That would be referring to gravity. Venomous Pond is free.
That is free. That is not one of our Go Mode items, but it certainly makes Lower Torvis routing cleaner and faster.
Yeah, I would say actually you do want to make a quick pit stop to go pick that up.
Yeah, I agree.
And maybe even if you're safe, if you feel comfortable doing so, doing the out of bounds to Lower Torvis from Cache B, or as I like to call it now, Cache B Chasm. AeroRaiser being a little fancy getting up this ledge.
Yeah, nice little BSJ action there. Oh, lands like 1 foot on and doesn't quite stick the landing.
Oh, I hate it when that happens. It happens especially when I'm trying to do Screw Attack Wind Chamber.
So I'm being quite thorough here in Aegon. I was going to take a look at Incash 4. I think Arrow skipped this. Just some dark ammo. And we're going to open up the shortcut later here as well. And we'll start seeing our Torvis checks. So, okay, maybe Op remembers the Incash now, hopefully.
I would say so. Otherwise, Op would be save warping at this point, probably to go to Torvis. So yeah, this is Op heading to Incash 1 Battleground and probably on his way out after that. Save warping out of Dark Sand processing.
Oh no. Or is it the save warp? Maybe this is just a health refill. We do have to go through. It could be a health refill for the ink claw rooms. But...
yeah, it is.
Okay.
Alright, Poison Bog is dead.
That's good.
As if Light Suit hasn't already locked enough today.
At least it's one fewer stop on the Lightning World Tour that sometimes happens in these seeds.
That is a beam ammo tank.
Yep.
No need to air underwater for that. Looks like AeroRaiser's elected to try and get a refill here off the ammo fish. Succeeds.
Feels bad not having Boost Ball 80 minutes into a seed either. Still, not even the can. I swear, no one is finding Cannonball. Like, Cannonball is getting put into, like, awful locations recently.
Mildly stares off into a corner based on his own race today.
All right,
And
I'll find the emerald. That's good. So that
yeah,
evens the
luckily
progression advantage here.
luckily that hasn't punished off before this point. Quadraxis is guarding Sky Temple Key 8.
Ooh.
There's our first suit in Path of Roots. Okay. Well, that's one of the two things we need. One of the many things we need, actually. Like, yeah, just for perspective, chat, the only thing right now, as far as we're concerned, that isn't hard required that's on the tracker are the Torvis keys and Gravity Boost. That's it. As far as logic is concerned, we need everything else. And we're just now hitting the 80-minute mark.
Yeah, well, this is a long one. Randomania conspiring to sleep deprive Asder from the upcoming Link to the Past race.
Oh, jeez. Alright, we're getting a check here in Abandoned Worksite. It is missiles. The nice thing about Torvis with progressive grapples is you're often coming here with Screw Attack, which means you're often coming here with Grapple Beam, which does make a few rooms actually a little bit more pleasant.
Mm-hmm.
This one in particular being one of them.
Finally get our second SDK here.
Alright, Op is now ready to bust out of Dark Aegon. Boost can very much be vanilla with these settings. We don't have point of no returns disabled. They should be, or dangerous actions as Randomizer calls it. It should be placed, dangerous actions should be selected randomly right now. Unfortunately, AeroRaiser is out of power bombs, and as per usual, you never have a power bomb when you're doing Putrid Alcove.
Yeah, I think honestly one of the database checks that happens in each version of Randomania is that the vanilla game is still beatable on no tricks.
That I don't know what that was. I beam ammo tank. Alright, Arrow receives another bomb and is now going to make his way to Cache A.
Yep. We do have... This is actually kind of nice. So we know Boys and Bugs dead. We've got Super Zan Seekers, so we can full clear this area. And
Op is going to read this hint. Op is reading this hint right now and probably thinking, wait, what? Oh, he's so charging bad. A raid. I was about to say, as soon as I saw the stare and the beam switch, that was raid shots.
It's not the Luminoth's fault, Op. No new, Oh, we did have Arrow at some point saying this seed. Also probably within a few minutes of checking SDK hints.
Yeah, that was about 15 minutes ago, so yeah, that sounds like around the time he checked the SDK hints. Chat, this is why we do what we do and why we call these races. Mm-hmm. Because of random, stupid logic and unnecessary checklists like this. Oh hey, there's another Torvis key in Portal Chamber.
Oh god. That could be one thing that could be big for Op if the other two keys are here in Torvis and Chica ends up being required. It will take Arrow quite some time.
Yeah, the other Torvis key that we know of right now is in Cat West, so...
boost on Chica would be so bad.
A suit, Echo Visor, Cobalt Translator, I mean, there is still very much a potential for this seat to go so far downhill it's not even funny. And the fact that we haven't had Light Suit fall on our lap yet by the early part of Torvis is a pretty bad sign. Because this is pretty much the last array of checks you can do in Torvis before you start needing more ridiculous things like Emerald Translator, super missiles, and whatnot. This is a nice convenient gravity, though, we already knew this was here, but yeah, hinted gravity in Venomous Pond is very nice right now.
How can I make the Phazon Grounds play here? This is perfectly in logic. Something we have not seen yet.
Yeah, Phazon Grounds is a tough call. I've seen Point of No Return progression be in Phazon Grounds. AeroRaiser
Arrow
actually
almost
going
going
through
out
the
of the
tunnel there. It's like, hold on a second, you don't need to do Cash B Chasm until you've actually checked Cash B.
Ooh.
Oh, that's Booster Cannon.
Okay.
You know, something that's probably the least useful item to get right now for the sake of unlocking checks. That being said, it does put Boost Guardian into play.
Yeah, it's nice at least to have gotten it before leaving Upper Torvis. I don't think Arrow's done the temple yet either, so now it could route in through the temple, the energy controller, plaza, all that stuff.
Yeah, it's still a nice item to have, but I think as far as, like, number of checks that opens up, it's not a whole lot.
Nope, ad time. Back to up.
Yeah, we do apologize about that, chat. We'll have him back in a moment.
Alright, so Op will get this hint in FTA, which I believe we have not seen yet from either runner.
We have not, and with Boost being where it is, Sank Entrance is now in play, although Op will have to go to get Boost out of Cash B first.
Gross, yep. So Op may route into front of Torpus from here. I think that would be pretty sensible.
Alright, let's see. A beam can be found in Junction Site. Thanks, game.
Thanks, game.
We knew that already. Alright, so AeroRaiser right now, again, just watching on his own feed for a second. AeroRaiser is in Torvis, about to enter Torvis Temple right now. So it's just finished backtracking here.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Can route in the last of these Upper Torvis checks, get the last 2 Emerald hints.
Except I'm just now realizing the restream is about a minute behind, and I'm a bit ahead. Sorry about that.
Alrighty. So what is Op's plan now? Could take a look at Pod W. Pod W has a surprisingly large percentage chance of being a suit.
Yeah. Yeah, you know something? That is exactly what happened in like 2 races in a row in one day.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, that being said, that is an energy tank in Torvis Temple, which at this point, we don't need energy tanks anymore. We're good.
Yep. Down goes the pirates. Alright, what do we got here? Is that Annihilator?
That's Annihilator, alright. Op really wants that too.
It is doable with this energy, but you gotta have very precise movement. I don't know when Op save lasts, so hopefully is able to pull this off.
At the very least, it was the last time he checked hints.
Okay, gets the item.
Op needs to move.
I think Op is probably in the clear here.
He needs to get to the ground and then immediately... Oh, actually, no, this should be okay.
Nicely done,
well
Op.
Done. He's going to be very happy to preserve that Annihilator beam, and we do need that. That being said, he should be falling into a suit momentarily once he arrives in Torvis. But yeah, those Inkclaws will absolutely annihilate you.
Yes, Pod W is logically light suit locked.
Yeah.
So yeah, both runners now with one piece of the puzzle over the others, plus Arrow having the convenience item of Grav Boost. I'm gonna farm up.
This hint reads, Chica is guarding a progressive suit! Folks, this is an all bosses seed. No way around it.
TGC! What have you done? So that's not good for. Well, it's bad for everybody but us in chat. But that is not great for Arrow, who will definitely not be able to fight Chica this pass.
Yeah, that is insane. I don't think that it's certainly the first all bosses I've witnessed, but that might be the first all bosses seed we've had this tournament. Certainly the first all bosses seed we've had in a while.
Nice false red key there. Op will pick up an STK here in a Cursed Lake.
Yeah,
that's
like
what the health farming was for.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful. Do take a lot of damage waiting for the door to load, although Op may play on Nintendo.
Boy, it's a good thing these ink claws stay asleep.
Yeah. Underground tunnel, a letdown today, rare.
Oh yeah, by the way, Tumos is required too, so yeah, no, every single always hint is gonna point to a required item today. A progressive suit can be found in Dark Torvus Bog. Gee, I wonder where that suit could be.
Gabe.
That being said, where did we find the first suit?
First suit was in Path of Roots, so
okay.
pretty easy to stumble upon once you get through Torvus.
Disappointing, unfortunately, to Chica.
Oh boy!
Now we're still looking for one Torvus key at this point. We know where the one Arrow found was in Portal Chamber, and Op found one in Cat West, but we're still looking for one more.
Yep. We also. Oh, go ahead.
Now we know that that last key can't be light suit locked at the very least. But other than that, that key could be anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Anywhere, I guess, not light suit locked, but given that most of these light suit checks are already required, it doesn't really rule out that many possibilities.
I was about to say, yeah, light suit is already needed for what light suit check hasn't been ruled in yet, actually?
Dungeon?
Reliquary and Dungeon.
Yeah.
And on top of that, we need to fight Power Bomb Guardian. Probably. Poison Bog is also dead, too. Is there something on Sank Fortress Transport Access? Yep, Sky Temple Key.
Mm-hmm.
What are our STKs other than Quad Tumos and a Curse Lake? The other keys are Feeding Pit, Fortress Transport Access, Spider Guardian the Fight, since we've seen the tunnel already, and Sank Map.
Oh my gosh, I am glad I jumped in on this race. This is
Me too.
Something to behold.
I thought I was going to have a carb crash after eating dinner. Nope, not anymore. The opening to this seed immediately just stirred me right up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Op did a quick pass to check Hall of Honor dead. Must have not been anything important since he didn't pick it up. So he's going to go to Torvus now and get the first suit, and then get the very bad news that this is an all bosses with a Power Bomb Guardian seed.
I really want Dungeon to have Cannonball so that there's no way that they can have it for the Chica fight.
Yeah, folks, buckle yourself in, grab a snack or two, maybe cook some dinner if you have some time. Here we go. This is gonna take a while.
So yeah, so we're looking for one MIA Torvus key and one MIA HUD system.
Right. Yeah, and we know where Annihilator is.
Yep. Yeah, we know where the suits are. We know where Annihilator is. Both runners needing to find some subset of those for themselves.
This is going to be painful for all the wrong reasons.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and it wasn't even a quick start. Like, Amorbus holding up a ton of the progression chain into having the seed opening wide up, you having no idea where to go. Primarily because all the easy checks everywhere were nothing. It's only the bad checks that we have to do.
AeroRaiser might not have caught a glimpse yet, but it is it looks like it was a missile tank in Plaza.
Okay. Yeah, once you get over to this side spider track, the camera does zoom out enough that you can actually get a peek at the item.
Yeah, you can see it as early as when you boost, if you boost Yeet across the entire plaza.
gosh, I forgot how bad this room is.
This seat is a train wreck.
Yeah. Saving the best for this, huh? Did you see? God, this is only round 3. I can't even imagine what you're going to be cooking up by the end of this.
Yeah, file this seed under hard oops. Ooh, AeroRaiser trying to use the other side of the half pipe to get out like you do in Boost Guardian, but not quite getting that.
Alright, Hop gets the... yeah. Confirmation of quad being required. But should be happy to find that first suit.
Yep, Operate shoots the STK hint. So yeah, right. We're missing the key and a key and a HUD system. So yeah, I have a feeling we are going to see the lower Torvis hints sooner rather than later, because the lower Torvis hints at this particular point in time would be pretty powerful. Although that being said, the Amorbis hint is still... A few of the always hints are still out there. Like, the Torvis key hints haven't been decided yet. Haven't been found yet. And the Amorbis hint itself hasn't been found yet. So that's two junk always hints that are still out there.
Well, the Torvis key hint is pretty good.
The Torvis key hint would be great right about now. That's the only always hint we really need. The two most hint directly also hasn't been found yet. So there's 2 out of 3 junk always hints still out there. Yeah, so Op saw the portal chamber key, might get it on the way out, but is going to do Boost Guardian... or wait, no, I'm looking at Arrow Screen, sorry. Op is heading into Dark Torvis. But is probably going to get that portal chamber key.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Arrow's got 2 power bombs, so he should be okay with this Boost Guardian fight. Even with the 6 energy tanks, this fight shouldn't be too threatening. I'm fairly certain they both have Sunburst as well, which is really helpful in this fight.
Yep. That gets the PB quick kill. Nicely done.
Fun fact, double damage Sunburst is a 1-hit KO.
Oh, interesting. That's actually good to remember. Ooh.
Hey, we might need that.
Okay, that's a nice find. That's a funny find, too. Like pseudo-vanilla boost ball.
Yeah, like, Arrow knows he needs that, or it's going to make his life easy. Interesting, that was also on Boost Guardian.
Yeah. Alright, so yeah, Arrow will want to try to hang on to that.
Yes, THK, it does effectively count as boost on boost. Boy, these bosses are just loaded today. Jump Guardian having super missiles, Amorbis having spider ball, Chica having light suit. This is great. This is a Luigi's Mansion grin level of a seed for the audience at home.
It's crazy. Randomania is capable of some mean things.
Randomania cares not for the journey you may take to get to your progression, as long as you can make that journey. That being said, I need to run to the bathroom. Excuse me a moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I distinctly remember saying at some point when Arrow was hitting to hints like, oh, we might be in life support mode. Like, all we need is some E for final bosses and we're good to go. How wrong I was. But Op will get this gravity boost here. And followed shortly after by the boost. And so that will start to feel pretty good for Op, who will be go minus 2, 3, depending on comfort level with Echo, I guess. No, and the Torvis key. Never mind. Still like a decent chunk of stuff. Still haven't found this third Torvis key. Op is probably hoping it is here in Torvis. So yeah, both runners found one. Op found one in Sank. I don't remember exactly where it was anymore. Maybe Watch Station Access? No, Cat West, I think. Yeah. Arrow is doing some thunking. Or maybe some complaining in the race room. Let's see. Nope, no complaining in the race room. Or this could be a bio break. It's been a long seed. Does give Op a few seconds here to catch up on these Torvis checks. Op will have the advantage of having done a lot of the Sank checks, so even though he didn't find anything in Sank, Arrow may spend some time later making up those checks that he hasn't done yet.
That being said, AeroRaiser needs to go to Cat West anyway for this, the Torvis key.
Yeah, absolutely. But stuff like heading to O'Lear is going to be some time loss. Given that wasn't anything too interesting, dark ammo or something.
I don't see any chatter in the race time room. Is it? Arrow did stop for a moment, though.
Yeah, I was speculating on a quick bio break or something.
Probably.
Hopefully
I don't blame him given the circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
So much has happened. I've literally poured a drink at the start of the seed, and I still haven't even gotten a chance to really crack at it. There's so much going on right now.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about. Right. And now that we don't really need to eat anymore, here they all are. We're up to, what is it, 8? 7?
7.
Alright, Arrow will be the first into Lower Torvis here. We do have 3 more hints. Possibly, at least we'll point to the decent chance we'll get the Chica key down here.
Oh, hi, Dark Samus. We'll see you in like an hour.
Yeah, right. Dark Samus at this point is... No, it doesn't have to be dead, I guess. It could have the other HUD system. Yeah, Op almost certainly will run across one of the 2 hints here.
Alright, and this hint reveals to us that the Annihilator Beam can be found in Plane of Dark Worship. For AeroRaiser, that is actually a good hint.
That's a very good hint. That is required, and that is out of the way. It's also annoying to know that it's not down here, because now you're going to isolate Transit Tunnel South. But at least, better late than never.
That's a pretty bad isolation, yeah. Zeke, how do we know this is going to be longer? Oh, where do we even begin? Why don't we start with a forced bottleneck for Spider Guardian Amorbis, or for Spider Ball on Amorbis, required for Light Beam in Junction Site for Seeker Missiles in Ventilation Area A. Not convinced? How about our Sky Temple keys? That are annoying at this point. Oh yeah, by the way, there's the suit hint.
Here's the Torvis key.
Yeah, that too. We need Light Suit. But yeah, AeroRaiser just found the last Torvis key in Transit Tunnel East, locked by Gravity Boost.
So yeah, assuming Op sticks around, we'll be able to head back up and fight Chica.
So now at this point, we're actually only missing one piece of the puzzle, which is the real hard required piece of the puzzle is Cobalt Translator, but we can get away without it. The Aegon keys are relevant.
Oh my god, Gravity was required too!
Mm-hmm. Dungeon is an energy transfer module.
Oh man. We are running out of options for Echo really to be hard required, though. In fact, Echo is not hard required if you're comfortable with the fight.
Yeah, the only reason Echo would be required is if Cobalt was in Airy.
Yeah, but Echo... Oh. Yeah, I guess Echo could be on Dark Oasis, and then...
Light Suit is definitely...
Cobalt. Oh, God.
Alright. Op seeing the underground tunnel hint, once again being reminded that there is a suit in Torvis.
Yeah, as if you needed any more reminders of how bad the seed is. Holy cow.
AeroRaiser is going to go fight Alpha Blog. Actually, I do believe AeroRaiser might have picked up Dark Burst, because Dark Burst is really good against Alpha Blog. It's not a one-hit KO like with double damage like Sunburst is, but it gets pretty close.
We do have grab boosts and bombs. I don't know if Arrow knows the BSJ to just leave, or we could just not pick up the missile expansion.
Yeah, that works too.
Render all that moot.
Or we can do horizontal air underwater.
That's so cool.
I've never done that. I have no idea how to set that up properly, but major props to anybody who can.
Yeah, I don't know exactly where it is, which is a problem when it's a one-frame trick. So if you're fumbling at a one-frame trick, you are never going to get it.
Yeah, so we're still also 50-50 on Dark Oasis 2, which makes sense why AeroRaiser's at least gunning it straight for Powerbomb Guardian. Oh, there's Echo! It's Cobalt in Dark Oasis!
Okay. Well, Echo doesn't like Cobalt.
Well, seeing as we're here already, might as well just grab it.
Yeah, so Arrow knows where everything but the Torvis key is now. Yep. So as soon as Arrow stumbles into that Cat West key, that will be go mode. Fortunately, that's like probably your last stop in Sank.
Yeah, Cat West is a tough sell right now for AeroRaiser. By the way, Cannonball really breaks this fight open.
Now, maybe with Echo, Arrow routes straight up to ATS, and then an earlier Cat West becomes a possibility.
That's AeroRaiser's best chance right now.
It's kind of rude though, because like once you go down Cat West, you want to hold this cannonball, so you're like not going to want to go back up, and you end up doing the whole loop again, anyways. I don't know. This routing's annoying.
All right, so yeah, that confirms 100% that Cobalt is in Dark Oasis, and again, there's no way around that.
Yep. So we are forced to do this fight and pick up this item, which is pretty much guaranteed to be junk.
Yeah, because Cobalt locks two things right now. It locks Dark Oasis, Cobalt locks Spider Guardian STK and Sank Map STK.
Mm-hmm. Op getting seekered.
Oh no, and out of missiles. But yeah, AeroRaiser does have to actually remember to pick this up, because we've had tournament races in the past that have had to be double forfeited effectively because of that, of not picking this up and Dark Oasis being required.
Yep, this item does not respawn if you leave the room, and it is the trigger for the Incash to show up.
But yeah, that being said, Op is now in Lower Torvis, so he's probably not going to be too far away from that last Torvis key and Echo Visor. That being said, one thing that could spell trouble for Op if the Torvis key provokes him to bail out of Lower Torvis immediately.
Actually, I just realized the Torvis key hint is like 2 blocks. Because it's got to be Cobalt at this point.
Yeah, well, there's the Tumos hint. In case you needed any doubts that Tumos had a Sky Temple key.
So, yeah, Arrow will never get the information that the Torvis key is in Sank.
That's right, because, yeah, we've pretty much burnt all remaining Violet, Emerald, and Amber hints.
Mm-hmm. Is that right? I think we have seen everything at this point, collectively between the runners.
With Op seeing the Gathering Hall hint, yeah, that's all of them.
Ugh. So yeah, Arrow is running blind. So that Echo might actually be a little bit of more of a curse than a blessing. That's going to open up checks that probably Arrow will run into prior to.
Well, AeroRaiser's first stop is going to be Sank Entrance, I think, at this point. Well, no. What Arrow's going to do first is go pick up Annihilator, and then probably Sank Entrance through GFMC if I had to wager. Although, also in his mind, Sentinel's path is open. Like, we have Dark Visor Seekers and Echo Annihilator, so basically, in AeroRaiser's mind, the whole world is open.
Right.
And you're looking for a Torvis key, literally a Torvis key, and that's it.
God.
And that is, I can attest to this. This is probably the worst kind of go mode you can be in right now.
Oh, hey, Dungeon's dead. That's good news.
What a sigh of relief, right? As if we didn't need light suit for anything else in this game.
Gosh. We know where. So Arrow is missing the key in Cat West, and Op is missing the key in this room.
So yeah, Alp is actually about to enter effectively go mode.
Yeah.
Because yeah, he knows where everything is.
If they blind check, Dark Oasis. Well, I mean, honestly, assuming they go down to Powerbomb Guardian, I can't imagine you don't find the Echo. But
I think he's gonna go. I think he's gonna go there anyway.
So I'll miss the Cannonball, I believe, or maybe I didn't see him pick it up.
Alp does not have Cannonball. Yeah, he didn't go to Boost Guardian.
A little bit longer of a Chica fight, but I don't. I think that's too. I don't think that's a big enough disadvantage. I think Op is actually way ahead here.
Yeah, Annihilator Beam actually is a good alternative to Cannonball here on Chica. But yeah, let's see how Op responds to this.
Yeah, I still think do PB Guardian while you're down here, just because it's probably required. That probably lets you stumble into Dark or Echo Visor, and then you know you're in go mode.
I think that's exactly where he's going right now, because he's done the loop around all of Lower Torvus, rather. He's going to open the way to Dark, to Powerbomb Guardian.
Mm-hmm. Arrow hasn't seen the FTA hint, so maybe counting on this to bail him out as well as the checks that are available over here.
It's not going to help him, unfortunately, given that this is the light beam hint.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like AeroRaiser might be making a quick stop to Profane Path.
I'm going to go from 0 to 60 in 1 second flat here.
Not even 1 second, 1 frame. Because, yeah, the weird thing about the Ammo Fish and the Night Barbs is if you take out a large number of enemies in 1 frame, in those 2 cases in particular, all the items spawn on one particular enemy. So they're all stacked together. It's one of the strangest item drop quirks. Not a bad one, because then once you get to that pixel, you get everything, but...
And here we go. Op about to spot this Echo, which will be the good news that Op is in go mode. Just needs to go do a ton of stuff.
Yeah, let's put Op's shopping list together here. After picking up this Echo Visor and defeating Powerbomb Guardian, he must go to Dark Oasis to retrieve Cobalt Translator.
Well, first you gotta fight Chica.
Well, yes, yeah. Go fight Chica for Light Suit, and then go to get Sky Temple keys in Hive Temple, Feeding Pit, Fortress Transport Access, Dynamo Works the Spider Guardian fight, Umos 2, and Sank Map Station.
Oh, so bad. And it's like one of these seeds where, like, you're going to unlock the light portals, which is like a rare thing that sometimes helps with routing, and they won't help at all because you don't need to go anywhere else by the time you're there. Yeah.
Like, I actually can't think of a way that this can be routed cleanly.
No, not really.
Feeding Pit is literally on the polar opposite area of the world from Aegon Temple.
Yeah, I think you just have to... I think you do this, you fight Chica, you take the Aegon, or the Torvus to Aegon elevator, go grab Feeding Pit and your Cobalt, and then run to the Sank. Probably your best bet, but it's still gonna take a while.
Yeah, I mean, all things considering, the seed couldn't have actually gotten that much worse, but it could have gotten worse. Like, yeah, we could have had a visor on Airy, or one of those the last Chica key could have been in a ridiculous amount of places.
Yeah. I mean, Cat West is pretty bad, honestly. Like, you do eventually stumble into it, but gosh, you're not going to find that early in Sank, usually.
Yeah, and with AeroRaiser doing Sank entrance first, I think the big question mark here is going to be if AeroRaiser goes right or left afterwards, because you can go either way.
Yeah, Sank entrance seems reasonable. Just it's going to give up even more time here. So what's like... What's the most recent thing we got in the logic chain? Echo?
The most recent thing was Echo, and that's actually really only needed for quad.
Yeah.
So it's only that's the end of a chain, basically.
No, the Torvus key hint locks itself because it is a Cobalt hint, and Cobalt is light suit locked, just Chica locked. So Arrow is not ever going to get that info.
Nope.
We love unhinted items here.
Yes,
Great
we
content.
do. Yeah. Unhinted Cobalt actually ended up being a thing in a weekly a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was in Under Temple, and yeah, it was unhinted, and it was needed for, I want to say, Sank.
Oh my god, yeah. Op is going to have legitimate full tracker at the end of this, including every red key.
I want to stop for a second because Arrow froze again, literally as a dark beam shot just ricocheted into a phazon canister next to the pirates. Insert the "will be right back." Or to be continued, take your pick.
Yeah, it was at that moment he realized. Oh gosh. Alright, so Op making his way to Chica. Yeah, is taking a cannon, so definitely doesn't have cannonball.
No, he hasn't been to Boost Guardian yet.
Wait. Oh, yeah. That's actually kind of clever. I don't often think to use that tunnel all the way to get over to the light door.
Yeah. I actually used it unintentionally to pick up the item in Great Bridge today because I powerbombed one side of the rubble, completely forgot to go into the tunnel to pick up the item, which I already knew was a major. Went to Forgotten Bridge, realized, oh wait, I should probably go get that. Powerbomb the other side and use that to go around to get to the temple.
Oh, there's more standable over there. I didn't know that. You can actually, you can make it with a screw attack from where Arrow first was, but it probably is more lenient from the second standable there.
Oh yeah, using standable screw attack to do this without spider ball is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Spider ball or power bombs for that matter.
I want to say you can even do it with just space jump. Don't need screw attack at all.
Yeah, crossing the gap to the item though, that needs screw attack pretty much.
Sure. Yeah. Oh my gosh, we're gonna get the Ink Smasher fights. Good thing Arrow farmed a powerbomb here.
Incoming.
And these guys do lock the door, so we'll have to take them out. Powerbomb will make quick work of them.
This is a very compromising position. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, definitely recommend power bombs on these guys. And the first one is pretty liable to drop a second one for his friend.
These are basically the elite pirates from Prime 1.
Yep.
They almost animate the exact same too.
Alright, hop into the Chica larva fight here. Using Dark Beam on the swimming phase. Most folks opt for Light Beam here. I think it does a little bit more damage.
Charge light is the most neutral damage on any enemy.
Another good strat, when Chica Larva jumps out of the dark water, launching a super missile at its belly will do a lot of damage. Annihilator pretty good too. It does burn through your ammo reserves, but can get some refills during the adult phase from the little chickling things. Alright, Arrow. What direction do you go when you finish climbing this room? Arrow does take out Quentin there, which will give the ability to save warp in case Sync Map becomes our last STK, which seems fairly likely to happen, actually. No, maybe 2 months. But then you can save warp and get to 2 months.
Yeah, save warping for 2 months would be ideal for the last key. Because, none of the other remaining keys are in Sky Temple grounds. That being said, with FTA being a Sky Temple key, you're probably going to end up save warping, then going to GFMC to get that last key, and then shortcutting your way through the Torvis quadrant that way.
Op running out of ammo there with the Annihilator. Can't quite finish the fight off.
Oof.
Get some, hopefully, pity drops here. 5 whole light ammo. Wow, thanks. Thanks, game. So generous.
This
there
is
we
a
go.
lot more.
But now we're short on dark ammo. But should be able to finish this up with light beam. There we go.
When you're out of dart beam, so you have to light beam Chica for a stun.
Honestly, the homing is pretty nice. It can be pretty hard to hit Chica with like regular beams. Annihilator is great if you have the ammo, which is why it can be nice sometimes to conserve a bit of ammo heading into phase 2 because you can't get drops immediately. But yeah, we had enough light ammo to make quick work of this and should be able to farm up some more ammo once we get it into its dark adult phase.
Yeah, we'll see if Op has to do a 3rd cycle here, because the Seekers, yeah, exactly what I thought I was afraid was going to happen.
Seeker missers. Give it up to them.
It's not even that. That lower right wing in particular is so finicky.
Yeah.
It's really both of the right wings. Like, usually when I do this fight, I usually try and lock a 2nd Seeker missile onto that particular wing.
Yeah, Kirby Manson and Shep with a good point. You do have 5 Seekers available to you, so you can lock 2 onto one of the wings. Give yourself a little bit better odds of that not happening to you.
Alright.
I'm gonna wait for the chicklings here, farm up some ammo.
Nice aim, Annihilator Beam.
Oh my gosh. This is gotta be so frustrating. Alright, got some of one ammo, now we can farm the other. And now Annihilator should clean up. Yeah, there we go. Woo! Getting,
Incoming.
Yep. Chica not choosing to wait patiently here for us to farm up.
Those are the only 2 attacks he can do, right? Water bursts and chicklings.
I think so, yeah. Alright, first phase down. We even have some more chicklings if we want to farm some ammo, but it looks like we got plenty for the second part of this fight here.
Hang on a second. Didn't we get Sonic Boom at one point?
Yes. I have never really used that on either part of Chica. I have no idea how good it is.
Well, Sonic Boom is not effective on Chica himself, but on the chicklings, it's a great backup for, assuming it hits for one thing, for clearing the whole place out and getting a big ammo refill.
Gotcha.
At this point, Op could just spam Annihilator for the rest of this fight and probably
there we go.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that bottom right wing is probably going to need another hit again.
Ugh.
Alright, AeroRaiser did go up Spider's side, so it's going to be a while before he finds this last key. And unfortunately, there's really not a whole lot else he can pick up while in Sanctuary, because everything else in Sanctuary is either light suit locked or on quad, which isn't convenient right now.
Yeah, fighting quad isn't horrible here. Arrow might actually be able to get some use out of the light beams, because Arrow does need to backtrack to every region still at this point.
Yeah, I think Tumos to Sanctuary is probably going to be the most efficient use of his equipment.
Alright, down goes this. So bad.
Yeah, this is one of the worst seeds I've witnessed so far this tournament.
God, it really is horrible in Arrow's mind that Aerie could be the last Chica key, because that would be giving up Cannonball, and therefore make the Chica fight horrible. So my guess is Arrow will leave that for the very last thing. Probably just wants to do main gyro here. Second pass. 2 hours, 3 minutes light suit. Ay. Not even the last major we need to pick up, and we're still short 6 STKs and final bosses.
And I think both these runners are still going to be sweating right now because Op knows that he's in go mode, but the shopping list is so large, and that last Torviski was in a kind of lousy spot in his mind, probably.
Mm-hmm.
But you're 2 hours in, you still have probably half-hour plus worth of work still to do, and your opponent hasn't finished yet. So I guarantee you this is going to be... I guarantee you nerves are going to start setting in about 10, probably 15 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, the seed is one of those that it's like so bad that I have to assume my opponent is suffering too. Like, I don't think anything... Like, Op's Sank play coming up sort of dead probably felt bad for a while, but then by the time you realize Chica's required, it maybe wasn't that bad anymore. In fact, as we know, it actually turned out to be a huge thing in his favor. Maybe even the game-deciding thing is that Chica key.
I think AeroRaiser wants to get main gyro done first before going any further. And you can get this with Cannonball. You just have to fall onto the gyro after... Oh, he's giving it up.
Okay, maybe he wants to do area as well. But yeah, if you have Cannonball, once you finish solving the puzzle, and key thing, once you finish solving the puzzle, you can jump up onto the outer rim and just like jump and morph into the purple thing, and it will destroy it. Yeah. If you do it before solving the puzzle, you will still destroy it, but the item will not be there, and you will have soft locked yourself from ever getting that item.
Well, the item will be there, but it can't be collected, is the thing. It's not like physically. It's visibly there, but it's not physically there.
Gotcha.
So yeah, it looks like, unfortunately, AeroRaiser is going to be going to this Chica fight upcoming without Cannonball. That being said, he is about to fall into the last Torvis key, which is going to put him in go mode.
Yep. Step away for one moment here. Be right back.
And Arrow is in go mode at 2:06. Good grief. So yeah, we only solved this seed like 20 minutes ago when we found Echo Visor near Powerbomb Guardian. Yeah, nice wall, by the way. Watch Station has great collision. But yeah, AeroRaiser is going to go fight Quad now, considering he's right in the neighborhood. He's electing to do this even with the Resbits pestering him. Oh dear.
Annoying.
How was that not considered a bug? Never mind.
Interesting.
I am amazed that was not a bonk. Yeah, that might have been a forced morph, though, due to being thrown too far into the wall.
But yes, I do like the quad play here.
But yeah,
you're get this out of the way. That way you can at least come right back to Spider Guardian later.
Yeah, because you have to come back. You have to return the energy anyway, so you might as well do that and go fight Spider. Ooh, didn't get the instant morph. Yeah, getting that instant morph can be a pain in the backside.
Well, it might even be worth returning the energy now, because we can't fight Spider yet without Cobalt.
Right.
But if we do return the energy, then we can just get right back to O'Lear for the eventual Spider fight.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's aimed at the U. Perfect.
Nice.
Not even bothering to pick up the item because it's completely unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
But But yeah, I would still say Op has the lead right now. Just except unfortunately, he's just realized he has to go back for Cobalt Translator. But yeah, I would still say Op has a pretty fair lead here because AeroRaiser still has to fight Chica for not Cobalt, for Light Suit, which effectively is Cobalt Translator.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Op presumably is heading straight for the Sagon elevator. Grab that Cobalt feeding, or grab Dark Oasis, feeding pit.
Yeah, might as well. Yeah, also grab the feeding pit key.
Oh yeah, Arrow will be hundo% tracker as well at the end of all this. That is not common, especially like the Inghive keys.
Yeah, why don't we, for anybody just coming in right now, why don't we take you through the whole saga from start to finish here, while we're kind of, in a sense, winding down with Go Mode Sky Temple key pickups. So we start things out. Amorbus is revealed to have Spider Ball, locking Light Beam in Junction Site, which locks the Light Beam locks Seeker Missiles in Ventilation Area A. Both of those are hinted. The Seekers and Spider Ball are both hinted. We go check hints. We need to do like almost every Light Suit base check. Like Quad's required, Feeding Pit has a key, FTA has a key. And we need Cobalt Translator because Spider Guardian's got a Sky Temple key. So at that point, we're looking logically for all ball upgrades, Echo and Dark Visor. And then we discover as we get through Underground... Is it Underground Tunnel? No, that hint was in...
Underground Tunnel was...
Energy Controller.
Yeah, both of them were suit hints.
Yeah, and the Torvus Energy Controller hint revealed that Chica had a suit.
Yeah, the Chica suit with impossible to get Torvus key information, given that it is at this point narrowed down to being a Cobalt hint, and Cobalt sitting in Dark Oasis, locked behind that light suit that Chica had.
All right, AeroRaiser is hanging on with Screw Attack here to take out Quad's central antenna here. But yeah, so Light Suit needed for just about every for the majority of our remaining Sky Temple keys, and Light Suit itself is on Chica. So yeah, that's the story of this seed, folks. A bottleneck into a required all bosses.
Amazing. Yeah, Arrow could attempt some wall crawls to skip Cobalt, potentially pick up a cannonball on the way if desired. I don't think that's super valuable here, given that we know we're going to get the light portal unlocked soon.
Unfortunately, AeroRaiser's not giving the Screw Attack enough time to finish off the central antenna. You kind of almost want to pass it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Aim just a bit to the side. By the way, here's that Dark Oasis key we were just talking about.
True, yeah. First C-Tank was like 40 minutes in. If you didn't Brave Warriors walk right away with 5 missiles and an E-Tank, you weren't getting any more for a while. Yeah, the 100% logbook with the missiles could be pretty annoying. Isn't, like, the thing that locks you in the room with Flagra like a missable scan, too?
Yeah. Another example of a missable scan is the Ing web traps in front of the supers and light doors in Battleground during that warrior.
Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, I knew it was like some random door you have to scan at some point. That's what Nintendo Power was for.
Yeah, I had a guide for Prime 3 that listed what the one-shot scans were.
Mm-hmm.
All those credit scans, too. Those, like, one-time blue credits in the GF Olympus sequence.
Yep.
Rest in peace, We Connect 24. I do hope that as a like incentive for going 100% in, like if we ever do get like a remake of Trilogy, I hope that they add that feature. Add some of those features like gunship bumper stickers to the other two Prime games. But B, offer an alternative to the credits. I assume they will. Anywho, Quad's dead for AeroRaiser, and Op will be following suit momentarily.
Yep.
He's gonna go there via aerial training site.
I was mostly watching the quad fight, but I presume Op has picked up that Cobalt and Extra STK now.
Yes.
And looks like first up is actually going to be Sank Map Station. Kind of makes sense while we're down here.
That's true.
No
It'd
Cobalt.
be better to,
Wait, no. We have Cobalt.
Yeah, I think Op is thinking to save warp out of that area after getting the Sank map key, because it would just be easier to do that, and then save warp to Tumos. Op? Oh, pulling out the Echo Visor. I was about to say, did your game decide to have a freak out?
Yeah, this is one of the rooms that is pretty heavy resource intensive. Usually not a problem unless you're entering from Cat West without having killed Caretaker.
Yeah. If you are playing on emulator, oh no, arrow fell down. But yeah, if you are playing on emulator, then Echo Visor actually can do you quite a number of favors at reducing lag depending on your system. Because it does unload most of the textures. So it does cut down on the amount of strain.
Interesting.
It also prevents distortions from splashes and stuff from exiting water, which is any distortion effects Dolphin in particular does tend to not like.
Mm-hmm.
Does MP question chat, can Prime 2 have the Brando have the start with Echo Visor thing? Oh yes. I
forget if Dark Visor is a thing yet. Because I know there were issues with crashing. I forget if those have been fixed yet or not. I don't really play with that kind of curse setting much, so I have not been up to speed on that.
All right, well, Op is validated. Ugh. Yeah, where was the other ETMs we found? Dungeon and Bioenergy.
Mm-hmm. Alright, yeah, Arrow is going to go return the energy straight away. Let's get access to those light portals, or light beams.
Uh-oh, watch out for the screamer droids.
Ugh, hate these things. Flash radius on those explosions is absurd.
The projectiles themselves are just weird, too.
Going for Annihilator strats, turning the boss's own weapon against it. Yeah, Seekers are the vanilla intended strat, but yeah, with Screw Attack you can hit both legs at once as well. Get the job done that way. And yep, for those not familiar, to get the Energy Controller 2 or Vanilla Light Suit check, you don't actually have to return all of the energy. The only one the game checks for is the Stank energy.
This is true in both Rando and Vanilla.
Mm-hmm. So once we go visit our friend Umos again, we will get that SDK and the access to ride the portals around. You also don't need Light Beam to ride those portals either, so Arrow will be able to take those around even prior to finishing up the chick fight.
Oof, missed, didn't get the perfect screw either. I don't know if you can use Screw Attack while you're stunned like this.
Guess so. I wasn't certain either. A little low on light ammo. Should have just enough to kind of get through the fight at this point. It's seven shots for each of the antennae, and then a
Worst
couple.
Case...
Actually, we have exactly enough.
Worst case scenario, you can improvise with super missiles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, supers not too bad on the last phase either.
They do almost the same amount of damage, because supers do 180, and I think charge light does, I think, total 200-ish or so.
Oh, actually, I already switched into supers.
Yeah, you've got 65 missiles. Quad drops stuff like it's a crane game or something. No, crane games don't drop exceedingly large amounts of things. Get your arcade games right, MD.
I know, it's annoying that, like, Chica Larva is the one boss that, like, hardly drops anything when that's the fight that you actually kind of burn through the most ammo.
It's true.
Not gonna make the cycle. It's gonna be
Yeah,
close.
oh, it's
Go,
gonna be
go,
close,
go.
yeah.
Oh,
just
barely.
snakes it. Nicely done. Alright, AeroRaiser's now warping to start to retrieve the Tumos STK. I believe his next stop is going to be Torves.
Yeah, the Chica fight makes sense. And down goes Quad on Ops side. That is all 3 major temple bosses defeated. Amazing.
We're going to be talking about this one for a while, chat.
Wow.
And you know what the best point is? We've basically just finished up the midpoint of the Swiss rounds. We still got 2 more rounds to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely gonna ask the other TOs if I can get someone out of the TGC to roll this next one for me.
I think it was Reed who rolled my seed today. And it still had a couple twists and turns.
Yeah.
Wow, Arrow getting some nice light beam refills from these crates. Ooh, that's a 30.
Yep, game does not bother to check for light suits since it pretty reasonably assumes you had had it by the time those open up, since you're required to pick that item up to activate them.
So right now I think Op is on... What keys does he still need? He's gone Feeding Pit, so...
Yeah, I believe it's just everything in Sank.
FTA, Spider Guardian, Tumos, and Sank map, I think. Because, yeah, Op definitely didn't get the Tumos key yet. Not the Tumos key, the FTA key. So, yeah, I think Op is at 5 keys.
Oh, did Op not open up Watch Station first?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think he just went straight. He went straight to ATS to get up here.
I was kind of lucky then that the
Staging
key was Cat West then. If the key was just in Watch Station or something, this could have been a very different race then. Alright, Arrow heading towards Chica. While Op is going to make the trip to go visit O'Lear again. I still can't believe that Dark Oasis was required and not even for being a key. That's so uncommon.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Unfortunately, AeroRaiser is probably bummed he's not going to be able to. He wasn't able to preserve Cannonball for this fight, but oh well. What are you gonna do? That's the way the seed rolled.
Yeah, hopefully has a bit better luck with the Seekers than Op did.
This would be a seed worthy of Digglerath's praise.
Oh, absolutely. Is the Sank energy for Op? And then hilariously, we'll pretty much end up just save warping and then coming right back here.
Yeah.
I guess you could take care of Spider on the way as you're leaving here. In fact, that might actually be a good play.
This is actually one of the reasons why in every match since round 2 I've always requested the multiplayer pickups, because in case we have battle heavy messes like this, who doesn't want to
Actually,
have
what I'm
double
saying,
damage
yeah,
enabled?
Op has everything. You Must 2 will be the last SDK. And I'm thinking from Arrow Shoes without the suit from earlier.
All right, 2.5 hours in, and we're now fighting Spider Guardian for a Sky Temple key.
Yeah. I hate when this check is required, especially when you've already confirmed that the tunnel and the ink cache are dead. This feels so bad.
Just managing to open the gate in time for Spider Guardian to arrive. Well done.
Yeah, nice. We'll save some time on the next cycle here. Ooh, nice power bomb there too. Fortunately, it doesn't quite get to land on the gate stuff as it comes out. But make it pretty quick work of this fight. Also, 1 cycles this stage. And that is correct, Zeke, yes. There is a rando change that makes PBing this boss not kill it without dropping the item, which would be a bit of a problem in Dodella.
Yeah, the same applies for Alpha Splinter too. Like, if you have double damage in power bombs, don't power bomb Alpha Splinter, even though that's been toned down in Randomizer. Double damage still annihilates the boss.
Yep. Luckily in vanilla, that's not too big a deal to delete that pickup, but in rando, you never know.
Alright, we should be getting AeroRaiser back in just a hot second here.
We're on to the adult phase.
I don't think Screw Attack works in this scenario.
Yeah, I think Arrow may have thought that last Dark Beam shot was going to connect and was going to start heading towards the platforms, but fortunately it did not work out that way.
Yeah, fully charged Dark Beam is enough to stun on phase 1.
Arrow gets the 2 cycle, that's good. And another STK down for Op. Scanning the adult chicken, nice.
You got a second before Chica becomes vulnerable, why not?
Yeah.
Just don't charge Light Beam Chica Adult too fast here, otherwise she may not drop Chicklings.
Yep. Yeah, Arrow entering the adult phase with a bit more ammo does have a bit easier time of getting through that phase while also being able to farm up quickly.
Ooh, got a hit on the charged Dark Shot, but in phase 2 you need an extra hit.
I actually didn't know that the health values changed during the fight.
They change a little bit, yeah. You need to be a bit aware of that.
That looked like a successful round of Seekers there.
Yeah, I think 5 non-charged Darks work too, but...
Yeah, I prefer Annihilator if I have it and the ammo, otherwise I use Uncharged Dark usually. Charged Dark, it just feels too hard to hit sometimes.
Alright, so now Op's gonna go get the Cobalt, and yeah, that's what I thought Op was gonna do, was gonna get the Cobalt, or get Sank Map first, then Save Warp.
Yep.
And pick up the 2 most hint.
A lot of sense.
So yeah, Sank Map Key is going to be 7, 2 most is going to be 8, and then Fortress Transport Access will be 9, so Op should be done in about 10 minutes.
And there is that gosh darn light suit for Arrow. Yikes.
I cannot wait for this interview.
I think Aero is gonna have words. Op2 for that matter.
Oh, like I said, we're going to be talking about this one for a while.
Yeah.
All right, AeroRaiser just going ahead and looping around the energy controller gate in order to spawn the to switch the elevator.
Yep, just need to unload Dark Harvest Temple to get this layer to change. The elevator works. No need to actually grab the energy, and in fact, grabbing the energy will set some slightly annoying layers in some other rooms. So
yeah, one thing that
good.
So one thing that the randomizer does fix, though, is that it doesn't put up those stupid light barriers around the elevators if you still have the energy of someplace and haven't returned it yet.
Yeah, I actually never knew those were a thing. I was always a very diligent Samus about immediately returning any energy I found.
Yeah, because it is possible, like especially in Torvis, to reach the seeker elevator without returning the energy. But if you that's where I first observed that light door.
It'd actually be pretty cool if you could grab the Aegon energy and then just take it to Sank and return that.
I recall that the log entry for it reads, "The energy of this land here cannot leave the land it is bound to. Return the energy to unlock this door."
Mm-hmm. So what's faster here for Aero? Taking the elevator or taking the light? I don't think I know the answer.
What does Aero still have to do? Still has to retrieve Cobalt, so...
Yeah, Aero's got to get to Feeding Pit and Dark Oasis.
That's a very good question, because Aegon Temple puts you kind of close to Doomed Entry. I think you save warp.
Alright.
Save warp, take the light. Aero disagrees, though.
Yeah.
Actually, wait. Save warp, take the light, or... Actually, this... I mean, they're both about equally fast, because this puts you in front of a portal, too, for Dark Aegon.
Mm-hmm. I guess all in all, this maybe was slower than just save warping from the safe station right outside Chica, though.
Probably. Like, that would get you to, Venomous Pond save station would put you at... Yeah, it would give you the light, it would give you the Tumos key, you can then warp to the temple, and you go around that way to get to Doomed Entry.
Mm-hmm.
That could work. And then all your remaining light Seeker missiles.
I usually don't have trouble with this star. There we go.
Yeah, usually this one is a lot more cooperative.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible if one missile misses to save it.
Yeah, you just gotta have quick reaction.
But yeah, it requires a precise shot. But yeah, now Op is on his way to the final challenge. 2.5 hours in. All sorts of extra ammunition in tow. 7 energy tanks, light suit. He'll be
I think
fine.
we're pretty well equipped here.
He'll be fine.
Sure, the runners from a previous race today would have loved to have been in this position entering final bosses. No comment on which race that is for those who haven't seen it. But yeah, there have been some good races today. I'm definitely looking forward to. I missed 1 or 2 of them, so I'm looking forward to catching up on.
Yeah,
some
we had
stuff
we had a grand total of 5 races for this round. Unfortunately, one of them we couldn't show on air due to scheduling issues, but the other 4, this one being the 4th one, we were able to bring to you folks today. And based on what I'm hearing of the other ones, good grief, we've had a fiesta. But yeah, I would say Op is probably sweating buckets right now because it is now past 2:30. Arrow still hasn't finished, and this shopping list is just now finally reaching its conclusion.
This is a long seed. And yeah, even with as trash as it is, you start to wonder, like, oh man, could this have been done faster?
You know, I don't think so.
I don't know. like, I think Op routed this pretty dang well. Both runners moved pretty well, pulled off some cool tricks. Yeah, this seed was just uber cursed.
Yeah, like the all bosses seed is what really got me. It's like not only is it all bosses and Tumos and Powerbomb Guardian. It's like we don't get seeds like that often. We barely get seeds like that at all.
Yeah, we're going for, or Op going for Annihilator strats. I don't think it has the ammo to finish with this, so might have to pull off a super here at the end.
Yep.
Ooh, it switches to the wrong beam. Probably still has time. Needs to fire though.
Oh no! Clipped the eye shield. Alright, so what Op is going to do here is try and get a power bomb out to try and connect the tentacles in the edge of its blast radius. Doesn't quite connect.
Should have a good opportunity here with this spinning attack.
And gets it.
They go.
Unfortunately, the eye is real inconsistent right now.
Yep, it definitely turns more frequently.
Turns more frequently and turns faster.
Yep, and that lag to pull out a super missile shot.
It's not even that. Op did get tickled by the laser, but Samus won't flinch right away.
Op does still have one last power bomb. Wants to burn it on this phase.
It's possible to release like an airborne power bomb, which would probably be the best way for the power bomb to connect here.
Yeah, I like to do a double bomb jump and then lay the power bomb as high as possible. That's tended to work well for me in the past. But most of the tentacles down now. A bit low on missiles too. Not a huge deal, but may limit us in our Dark Samus 3 fight if we don't get some drops.
Oh, the eye juke.
Oh no.
Yeah, you pretty much have to scan dash as soon as that laser. Op does not realize he's out of missiles.
Oh my god, no, my god. Oh, that power shot probably would have done it. But Emperor reforms just in time. This is brutal. Does get a Mercy light ammo drop here, so that will help cleaning up these tentacles. Any that survive this, which is none apparently. Charge light makes this much easier. There we go.
Oof, and now Op is out of power bombs for Emperor too.
Yeah, and never did find that cannonball either.
Yeah, cannonball would be great here for sure.
Hopefully we can get a drop, or otherwise the inglets aren't too rude here.
Ooh, looks like that first bomb was late.
Ammo's not too bad.
Yeah, health-wise, Op is definitely fine right now.
Yeah, it's really just a matter of time at this point. If you're nervous looking at that race time window for the potential dot done from your opponent.
Yeah, generally I would say it's if your ammo is low before going into this fight, it's not a bad idea to do one loop around the Ingworm spheres just to get a little bit of ammo refill. Because you definitely don't want to be going into Emperor 2 with no power bombs.
Yeah. I think Op did actually have 3 entering the fight, which is the perfect number.
That is fair.
But unfortunately, yeah, burn them speed up the Emperor 1 fight.
Oof, that last tentacle. And now the gas is elevated, too.
Op has gotten some missile drops here, so I think I actually should have a decent chunk of missiles for DS3 skip, or DS4 skip.
Yeah, it should be
there's
okay.
a PB, nice. That should help finish off the last little bit of this.
Wow, that was actually a very delayed PB drop.
Yeah.
Kind of needed that like a minute ago.
I think just one left, unless we missed one earlier.
I don't think so.
All right. Immediate jump from Mr. Big Jump Guardian.
kind of is Mr. Big Jump Guardian. Ooh, that was a really good pair of screws there.
Wow. Yeah, like 95% of the health down in one shot.
One more tickle should do it.
Oh, turns his leg, unfortunately. But yeah, I should be able to get it here.
Yeah, that should do it.
Arrow heading into Spider Guardian here.
All right, 30 missiles remaining, just over 25 Annihilator shots. Op should be pretty much in business to get started.
I'm gonna fire down probably the 25 ammo here. Oh, maybe not.
Just pulling it out, getting it set for later.
Yeah, I sometimes like to, if I'm anywhere close to having 25 ammo, I like to shoot down to 25 just so I don't even need to bother counting.
Usually I'll count it down to like 5 or 0 so that it's minimal counting.
Hmm. Can you hit it through that? No.
Nope.
I guess not. But does not overdamage the phase. And so we'll have the first screw attack opportunity here in 1 or 2 attacks. Or 2 or 3 attacks. What am I talking about? Oh, I'm going straight into the... Oh, no. Oh, it just doesn't do the initial one.
Got a bonk there.
But did some okay damage. And just
yeah.
pulls her with a missile right to the face. I get
that... Op did manage to get a small dent in with 1 screw attack followed by a missile, so... Unfortunately, not the best amount of damage here.
Yeah, but really, no danger at all here. Should be able to wrap up pretty cleanly.
Oh, like Arrow got yeeted off the track right in time to get the bomb.
Spider Guardian is so rude.
Yeah, this is a pretty tough. That's a pretty tough spot for. Oh, the platform disappears.
Oh,
the insult. Alright, that spot should be good. But yeah, interestingly in my race today, I tried to set up for DS4 skip, but I needed to wait for Dark Samus to fire the Phazon beam a second time because she wouldn't throw up her shield. And I knew the nanosecond I hit her again, she would go into DS4.
Oh, so, weird.
It was weird, like she just wouldn't throw up her shield. I must have fired like 5 missiles whizzing right by her. It's a miracle none of them connected, because in my experience, they usually connect.
Mm-hmm. Here on this little piece of standable stuff here, can actually bomb Spider Guardian from here. Gets it nice.
Unfortunately...
I hate that. Wisely firing the Phazon away from Dark Samus. If you shoot her with a Phazon blast while she is descending, it will heal her for some reason I don't understand.
It was 300 damage on the nose, THK. Anywho, that's GG.
And congrats to Op. We do have a forfeit here from Arrow as well. Who says, finally the nightmare is over. That is a understandable sentiment after almost 3 hours of echoes. And we are joined by Arrow. Welcome in. GG's.
GG's. So, were the Torvis keys hinted? Not behind Cobalt?
No.
They were Cobalt hinted, so locking themselves.
So it really did come down to who found the Torvis key first.
It did.
Yeah.
The Cat West key was actually the first one Op found. He went to Sanctuary first.
Well, I mean, I did a lot of sync, but I was like, I don't want a full clear here. So I decided to clear more as I was on my way to quad. I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave Torvis. I'm gonna go do sync stuff on the way to quad. And thankfully I did that because I found the Torvis key. But, oof. Also, it feels bad giving up the cannonball. I did not want to.
Yeah.
That lost me some time as well.
All right, we are joined in the booth by awp82. GG's to you and congratulations, my friend.
This is a
TGC
special.
TGC made this. I think this is the first seed we've seen That's all major bosses.
Yeah, like Jump Guardian had super missiles. Power Bomb Guardian kind of was concealing Echo Visor in a sense.
I mean, technically, every boss actually had something now that I think about it, because DMT had bombs.
Yeah.
Boost Guardian had Cannonball. The only one that's left out in this one is Grapple Guardian, but who cares?
Yeah.
I have to have a word with him.
Yeah, this scene was
This
awful.
is-
I was walking into Spider Guardian just a minute ago, and I'm like, how is he not done? Because then they confirmed it in here. This came down to who found the Torvus piece first.
I'll tell you how I wasn't done. The fucking RNG. What was that? Oh, sorry.
Oh,
RNG.
For Emperor 1?
All of it, and Chica. Like, what was the RNG?
Chicken was awful because I gave up my cannonball.
Oh, where was
Literally
that?
Boost Guardian.
Oh.
I gave up Cannonball 5 minutes before, not even 5 minutes before finding the last Torvus key, and I was mad.
Yeah, Arrow, you gave it up in
Main Gyro. I full cleared Aegon. I full cleared Torvus with the exception of one room in lower Torvus.
And this had to be like one of the worst final bosses I've had in probably over a year. And those E-tanks. Like,
yeah.
Really? I went all the way to Storage C just to find my first E-tank because I was avoiding what is it?
Warriors Walk.
Yeah, Warriors Walk. I was avoiding that because I didn't have any E.
Oh, the moment I got supers, I rushed Warriors Walk and just started finding all the E-tanks. I think, hold on, I'm all puzzle enough to see how many E-tanks I have. I have 9 E-tanks.
I put that off for like 5 or 10 minutes until I got back there, and then like 3 E-tanks. Like,
yeah, no. This seed gave E quickly. I was able to get hints pretty quickly. Also, I feel like chat celebrated the hints today. Holy!
Oh yes,
that's like one of the worst hint spreads I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like I saw the first one I read was Hive Temple. I'm like, of course, that's fine. Quad's fine. Just gotta find Annihilator, which ended up getting hinted, and I bailed to get it immediately. Then I read FTA and Sync Map. I'm like, all right, well, this kind of sucks. Then I read Feeding Pit, and I'm like, don't like that one. I wasn't as worried about Sync Map because when I read the HUD system hint for Dark Oasis, I was already 99% sure that was Cobalt. And then I found Echo Visor, which definitely confirmed it.
Same.
Like, I was already determined that was Cobalt.
Yeah.
So when I read the hint, and I'm like, of course. Spider Guardian, in my opinion, is the worst one for me to route, but I did end up routing an end because getting Spider Guardian, then Sync Map and FTA on the way to the end.
Yeah, that's what Op ended up doing too. FTA was his last key.
The Cursed Lake would have been my last key. I would have grabbed it on the way as well. Because I grabbed the Annihilator Beam and got out.
Actually, Op screw attacked Plane of Dark Worship with Various Suit to get Annihilator and also routed in the key after that. So that's how Op had Cursed Lake and Annihilator way earlier.
I thought about checking that early on because I had like 4 E-tanks and I'm like, I can do it on 4. But like, I don't know if it would have saved too much time. But yeah, this one came down to the Torvus keys because of course they're on a Cobalt hint. Thanks, game.
Yeah, you were never gonna find out where that last key was in reasonable fashion, unfortunately. And not even that I feel like the real icing on the cake is that this started with a Spider Ball bottleneck on a Morbus.
Yeah, we started with 2 Aegon keys. I knew from the start. I'm like, okay, something's on a Morbus, and then it just tells us a spider. I'm like,
yeah,
all right.
I wasn't even hinted. I just went straight for it.
I found the Spider Ball hint. Spider Ball can be found in Dark Aegon Temple.
Oh no, wait, I found that too.
Or should be one room away from
Dark Aegon energy controller access,
which immediately was
yeah, I figured it was that.
My Chica wasn't great, but it was fine. Quad was, for the most part, really good. A Morbus was very good.
What is that? I don't understand why the Seekers don't fully damage Chica's cycle sometimes.
It's that bottom.
Go ahead.
It's that bottom right wing in particular. I've had the same problem. I usually lob 2 Seekers at that particular wing section.
Yeah, I had to fire Seekers at it twice to change phase both times.
Well, no, the bottom right one sometimes might need 3 if it only gets single targeted. It's really dumb.
Odd. I targeted all of them once, fired, and then did it again, but yeah. Ammo, keeping up with ammo on that fight for the first part of the cycle was bad because my ammo was low going into Adult Chica. The second time doing it was fine because I was able to get a massive refill. But yeah, no, this seed, there isn't much to ask about with this seed at this point because we saw basically everything.
Yeah.
Torvis full clear. I think the only thing I didn't check was in Sank was Airy.
Yeah, that's the only thing neither of you checked in Sank. Ops Tracker is maxed out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe it. I think I saw Sunburst but didn't grab it.
Yeah, it was in Sank Temple Access, but neither of you, I think, had Boost Ball on your first pass.
I had Cannonball, so like I could have gotten it with Cannon.
Well, yeah, you would have to BSJ Screw Attack.
BSJ Screw Attack into the thing, yeah. But I was like, not worth it.
All right. Well, gentlemen, your next matches have already been posted.
Right,
so
I do believe we were the last match of the round.
The last of 5 rounds that took place, 5 matches that took place today.
Yeah.
So yeah, Op, you're going to be going up against Nye.
Oh, that's going to be a good one.
And Arrow, you're going up against Xeno Wars. I'm up against Gollum.
Ooh, that should be fun.
Baja, you're going up against Bash
I wonder how that translates from Dread because me and Xeno Wars trade placements on Dread Asyncs all the time. So that's gonna be very interesting to see how that translates to Echoes. But then you got Op here that most of the time beats both of us, so it's fine.
These past 2 weeks have been pretty bad. I forfeited that 3rd seed.
I have not looked at them yet. I didn't get the chance to play any of them this week. I mean, I guess I technically had time to play one of them if I wanted to now, but I'm probably not this week.
Yeah.
This was a week. But yeah, I've got to watch this back, if not for anything, but for the STK hints. And then after that, I'm like, all right, so we got Quantum Morbus. All right, show me the Chica has a suit hint. Sure enough.
Exactly.
Two in a row.
I'm like, I was like, Chica had to have Pseudo Annihilator at that point because that's the only 2 things I didn't have at the time. I was sitting there looking around, like, okay, I just realized I have a Torvis key from Go mode because I know where Cobalt is, I know where my suit is, I just need this Torvis key. They told me that my last Torvis key was actually your first Torvis key.
Yes,
Cat West was my last Torvis key. I got the other 2 very early, but that hurt.
Yeah, it looked like that was going to be the difference maker for like 2 separate reasons. Because like Op did that Sank loop early and found like nothing except that Torvis key.
Yeah, I thought about
doing,
and like I was going through Sank and thought about doing the Sank loop after I did Hazencliff.
Yeah,
but I had Seekers and I was like, I kind of want to rush hints instead.
Yeah, so you were much earlier into Torvis, which seemed like it was going to be the play. So like actually for quite a while it looked like you were ahead until we finally got that stupid Chica hint.
The Chica hint kind
of there. And I was like, oh wow, this is actually really good for Op.
Yeah, I feel like this could easily have been a seed that flip-flopped a lot. This one was rough. Oh, well, see, now that I've lost 2, I'm very likely not in top 8, which means depending on who I'm up against, I might get to do some dumb things with my presets for the last 2 rounds.
Yeah, those can be some fun seeds.
Dumb within reason. Well, yeah, Baja, you see this? You see the things I roll myself for multi. That's.
I'll just ask the TGC to roll the rest of your seeds, and you'll be in business.
Yeah, I think that is officially the most insane seed of the tournament so far.
And you haven't even let me anywhere near the seed generator this tournament.
That might be for the best.
Yeah.
So this is also payback for the practice seed I did yesterday. I rolled a seed last night practicing for this preset, and it was an absolute jet seed. Chica had a boost ball, but it wasn't required. So, of course, I get punished with the worst possible seed. But yeah, GG's. Hop out of
GG's.
here.
All right.
Good luck in the later rounds.
All
We're
right.
going to need it. Yep.
Yeah.
Hey.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was kind of the opposite, where my practice seeds were really bad, and somehow I won those. This was bad too, though.
Yeah. But yeah, no, thanks for
again,
sticking with it. That was some perseverance. Holy cow.
yeah, believe me, like there are some highlights that I hope they were clipped specifically to be easier to find, but we had a lot of fun calling this one today.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, that being said, folks, Op, anything else you want to say before we close out?
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, that said, folks, yeah, that concludes round 3 of the Swiss rounds of the Metroid Prime 2 Echoes Randomizer 2022 tournament. We are going to be starting with round 4. Probably, if we don't see any races tomorrow, we will start seeing stuff pop up over the course of the week. We do encourage you to stay tuned to the SpeedGaming schedule as those matches do get posted. With that said, we want to shout out our amazing runners, awp82 and AeroRaiser, for just frankly hanging in there as they put up with what was probably the biggest freight train wreck we have ever seen so far in this tournament. So give them both a follow for sure. They're both great streamers, great people. Again, a major thanks to our tracker Gollop, who literally pressed almost all of the buttons today, making sure everybody knows who has what. And Baha, thank you so much for joining me in the booth tonight. I am so glad you came to join me on this journey.
My pleasure. Yeah, always fun calling races with you, especially when they're like this.
Yeah, thank the crew as well.
Indeed, yes. All right, many thanks to the SG crew for hosting all of these matches. We were able to get 4 out of 5 scheduled matches today restreamed, which is really good. So, that being said, folks, have a great rest of your night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next mission. Take care.
See ya.
Bye-bye now.